Okay, let's get music. Okay. All right, now we're good to go. Okay, well, welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. We did a bit of ASMR experiment earlier. Maybe I can do more of that at some point. It's kind of actually hard to do it right. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing good today. Today is Wednesday, November 30th. And yeah, not really much going on. It's just kind of been chilling a bit. Playing some Overwatch, and I've been watching some Marvel movies and stuff like that. Just trying to relax and not so focused on like grinding things, not so focused on like constantly trying to improve something, whether it's my career or whether it's my gaming, whether it's my stream. I don't even know. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on, and there's a whole bunch of moving parts. I'm trying to stay healthy. I kind of, I don't know, sometimes every now and then, like, just to help me relax a bit, and to put some more perspective, I did take some weed edibles, the past weekend, and, now it's time to, get back to normal. The next few months are going to be pretty much waiting for facial surgery, and that's going to be an epic point of my life, just like a year from now when I have my vaginoplasty. This is going to be some really epic focus time, going to the hospital, going through the whole thing where they put the thing inside the thing so that you can pee, and that's going to be annoying, and then waiting, at least with the facial surgery, like I'm getting there at like 5:30 in the morning, but I have to wait like 2 hours while they prep me. So it's like, it's going to take the whole day for the surgery, but I'm going to be knocked out during that part. But the 2 hours before the surgery is probably going to be really hard. And then after the surgery, of course. But I don't know, everything should be fine. It's only going to happen once for that surgery. And, and then it's going to happen one more time for the bottom surgery. And then no more surgeries, hopefully, for the rest of my life. At least... no more gender affirming surgeries. That'll be pretty much it. I can't see a reason why I would I can't see a reason why I would need any other surgeries. I don't really want I don't want breast augmentation. I'm growing my own and I like them. And they're not super big, but with a push-up bra it's kinda there, They're, over time, they've been kind of filling out a bit, but it's not really about what other people think. I really enjoy my body. I enjoy, what hormones and my treatments, my therapy, and, these surgeries. I've already had, like, orchiectomy, which is a little teeny bit closer towards the bottom surgery. Obviously not the whole way, because it was just a simple procedure to get rid of some things. And those things are gone since February, and I've been really happy about that. And it just tells me, more and more every single day that I'm going to be so happy after my bottom surgery. Now, it's going to be a pain in the ass to deal with. It's going to be annoying to deal with the surgery and all the recovery. But that's all temporary. I'm trying to think about the overall, picture. And, as far as like career goes, there's people, like I told you, there was that porn actress that started when she was 67. Okay. She started when she was 67. Okay. And she's pro, like porn star. Okay. Like she's still working today. Even she started when she was 67 and she's like 80 or something now. So, it's never too late. If you can do porn at that age, I'm pretty sure I can do anything. Anything that I can physically do. And, sexual health is actually really important and should be checked, like, your whole life. Like, it's something that's checked. You need to keep your sexual health throughout your entire life. It kind of reflects the rest of your health. Like, if you have good sexual health, you probably have good like other health. Like, that's usually, so it's like if you're having like, I don't know, if some people have problems with sexual health, and I think a lot of that is some of it might be physical, not for a lack of trying, and it's not their fault. But some people, I think it's like they kind of see sex as some kind of shameful thing, and that's a whole different ballgame. And I really wish people wouldn't see sex that way. It's really demeaning too when people see sex workers and they just assume that because they feel so negatively about sex that anybody who does sex work must be negative. And it's like, no, it's all in your head, buddy. I'm doing just fine, and I'm a pretty good person, and I'm a pretty likable person. So, I'm a performer. And just because you do sex work in one context doesn't mean that's who you are as a whole. I'm a whole person. I'm a whole ass person, okay? So, I don't really think that I need too many augmentations for my body. Like, just bottom surgery is 100% required, and my facial surgery is a big deal. I like, a lot of the time I look at my face and I feel like so much like despair about like just looking at my face and seeing like facial features that aren't like uncommon among women, but it's just that much extra painful for me to see. Even with like my Cherokee heritage, I have more strong facial features and like Nordic facial features, and French. But they're gonna make some adjustments, and that's totally possible with modern medicine. And it's gonna be great. I think I'm gonna be really happy with the results, and I'm gonna be happy with the results no matter what. Because I don't want to go back in, there comes a point where you just kind of do, like, you need to kind of take a step back and stop doing so much. You do too much, especially with like, surgeries and stuff, and it can get out of hand. There's a point where it's just too much. Like, I don't need body contouring. I think my body's doing just fine with the estrogen on its own. I don't need, lip injections. I don't need like cheekbone adjustment. My cheekbones are like perfect. Okay, like my face is almost perfect. It's just masculinized, and I want it demasculinized. I want it feminized. And it'll basically be as close as possible with modern medicine. It'll be as if I didn't go through female surgery on my face. Now, the rest of my body's not going to change, of course, because my skeleton went through irreversible changes, but maybe that will change in the future. And maybe it won't be some very invasive surgery. Maybe it'll be some other kind of treatment. Who knows? Maybe there's an injection you'll be able to take one day, and it'll just kind of change your skeleton over time or something. Who knows? I don't know what medicine will bring for gender affirming care. I really, really am looking forward to it for myself, but definitely people in the future are going to be a lot better off than I was. So, yeah, you see that like anti-aging stuff that's going on like on the news and stuff. That's obviously a long time away. But imagine if I could look 30 again. Like, what if I could like get older and be 60 years old and just go through a treatment and look like this again? What if I still look like this even without the treatment? What if I'm just I have that particularly good genes, I think, in my family, where we all kind of we kind of all look the same most of our life. Like, obviously, give or take some health issues as you get older, but some people in my family, they don't really take care of themselves. Like my dad, he's just drinking. But I'm taking care of myself. I'm doing like exercise, doing yoga, and I think I just kind of got lucky as far as like the aging goes. Like in my family, like I don't want to like say this like I'm somehow better, because obviously I have nothing to do with it. Like, it's just genes, it's just genetics. But I mean, people often do tell me and my family members, like, hey, like, you look really young, like, And they're not just saying it, like, it's because there's always this feeling that someone's just saying that to make you feel better, and I don't think that's the case. I think people see right through that, and I think people generally don't want to be the person who's like, oh, you know, I was just saying that to make you feel better. Because as soon as you're found out, it's like, oof, like you can't really trust that person to give you reliable compliments. But I don't know. I think it's just, I am not really getting these surgeries for other people. I'm not getting these for external appearance, like aesthetics or anything like that. It's, well, I mean, I guess, but it's for myself, you know. It's so that I can look at myself and say, hey, like, I know I'm a woman already. I know I'm a woman without surgeries. I know I'm a woman without even going on hormones. But for me, being a woman means that I also have these things. So, you know, that's the kind of woman I am. I'm a woman who's on estrogen. I'm a woman who has a vagina in the future, in a year from now. I'm a woman who has a face that's not gone through, that has been reversed from as much as possible. Like, you know, when I get that facial surgery, it's going to be kind of messed up for a while, but then it's gonna kind of settle in, and I'm gonna have a face basically as if I didn't go through male puberty, the best that medicine can do, because obviously it's never going to be exactly the same, and I have to accept that. You have to accept that as a trans person, that you're never going to be cisgender, but that's okay, because cisgender people are sometimes accused, if that's even the right word, because sounds pretty negative, but sometimes cisgender people are accused of being trans, so I don't think there's any escape from that, even if you're cisgender. So there's just like there's like a popular aesthetic, and I actually am kind of lucky. I'm more on the, I guess, acceptable side of the appearance spectrum for women. So I guess you know, I don't know. I don't think like appearance has I think a lot of the ideas that we have about appearances and about who we are, I feel like a lot of the time we're not really correct. Like, it's very like based on our own experience and based on our own biases and our own judgments. It's basically based on things that we've experienced with our like own direct experience, and we kind of filter everything through that. And it kind of becomes this, like, basically you see the world a specific way and nobody else sees it the same way you do. And I think as far as like, I don't know, there's a lot of things that go into it, but I do think that I'm, you know, kind of lucky that I was androgynous to begin with for my specific needs, for appearances and for gender dysphoria. The only things that need to be adjusted are a few things with my face and my bottoms and my genitals. So that's, you know, for the most part, I have a pretty good body. I'm not gonna lie, like I have a pretty good body, and a lot of people really enjoy it. Unfortunately, some people are gonna be very upset, you know, because I'm changing one body part that they don't want me to change. But it has to change. There is no me without me going through the gender affirming care that I'm going through. There is no me. So if you don't accept me with a vagina, then you don't accept me at all, really. And it doesn't, you know, obviously, you know, that's how it goes. If people are no longer wanting to support me after they, you know, after they no longer have a girl with a penis, you know, for their entertainment, they're gonna go find someone else, and that's just how it goes. I can't win everybody, but there's gonna be a good portion of people who still support me through my surgery and through the recovery, and then when I go back to working, you know, doing sex work, eventually, you know, after like, you know, I would say like, you know, obviously I can't use it for 3 months after the surgery, but I'm probably not going to come back to work until like 4 or 5 months, if that. It depends on the situation. We'll see. I mean, I'm still going to work, but I'm not going to do any lower stuff. So, at all, like anywhere near there, because I'm gonna be focused on getting better. It's the number one priority after I have my bottom surgery, is I'm gonna be focused on recovery and doing the maintenance the best I can, keeping things clean, all that kind of stuff. That's gonna be my number one priority. Not work, not my stream, not anything. So, some people are going to be very upset, but some people are going to be happy for me all the way. And then I'm going to get also new fans. I'm going to get new viewers who are going to appreciate, me for my body, which at that point will be a woman with a vagina. And that'll be a new frontier for me, for my life, for my entire experience in this body. It's really important to me. It's not just a sexual thing, but a large part of it is sexual. Like, how am I supposed to ever be happy if I can't even feel sexually taken care of? And if my genitals are in the wrong shape, constantly causing me shame and self-disgust and hatred, there's nothing I can do except change the body part. And a lot of people don't understand it, and they will never understand it because they're not transgender. They're not going through gender dysphoria. For them, they don't see why we need these surgeries. They're like, oh, why can't you just learn to accept your body? It's like, well, I would if I wasn't trans. Like, that's what, gender dysphoria is really fucked up. Like, it's very rare, and for those of us who it affects, especially those of us who need like body augmentation, like genital surgery or facial surgery, like it's extremely, there's nothing we can do except get those surgeries. And the alternative is something that I never want to even discuss, which basically ends up, deleting my accounts, ... You know what I mean? Deleting my life, and I don't want that, because I want to live, and I want to live a life worth living. So that's why these surgeries are happening. And there is no second thoughts. Obviously, I've thought about this for many, many years, and for every one time that I've had any inkling of doubt, I've had thousands and thousands and thousands of times where I know 100% that I need this. So if there's one time where you're like, maybe it's too difficult, I don't want to do it. And even then, it's because it's too difficult, not because I don't need it. And that's one time out of thousands. So you need to look at the big picture. If obviously you're gonna have self-doubt no matter what you do in your life. Even for let's say you're a YouTuber and you're starting to get thousands of viewers. You're starting to get thousands of subscribers, and you're approaching your play button. At some point you're going to be like, why am I doing this? Even after you're making money. What if you're making a full-time income on YouTube or something, or even streaming, which is really, really unlikely to happen for most people, unless they're already successful in YouTube or something. Which at that point, that's just icing on the cake. It's like, if you've already had a full-time income from YouTube, anything else you get from streaming or whatever is going to be just icing on the cake. It's going to be good icing, but, it's like you've already won the battle, pretty much. You're just diversifying more. But if you've already won the battle, but let's say you started to win the battle, and you finally get a YouTube play button, and you're making a full-time income or something, there's going to be points where you're like, why am I doing this? Why am I making YouTube videos? Why don't I want to get a different job? Why don't I want to do something else? And it's obviously, if every one time you think about that, if you let those one times decide your entire life, you wouldn't be anywhere. Do you think all these people who've made success on YouTube would be there if they listened to that? And the answer is no. Maybe one or two would have accidentally became YouTube sensations without trying or whatever, but I'm guessing that's not going to happen. That most people are going to be dedicated every day, working slowly to get their YouTube to grow and making better videos stuff that I'm not really good at the moment. You know, I there's a reason why my YouTube hasn't grown. It's because I haven't worked on it, and I understand that because I'm working on something else to grow. You know, like something that's a little bit, I think it's easier. It comes easier to me. Something that's a little bit more natural, and I enjoy it, and I'm making a lot of people happy, and I'm making money. So I'm going to focus on that thing rather than trying to chase some dream of YouTube. That's a back burner kind of thing that I still want to pursue. I do want to make good YouTube videos, especially if I can get my writing in my blog. If I can get my writing sorted out, like if I can get all that sorted out and like actually get like opinion pieces and stuff like that written, and then make YouTube videos from a script, because there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about, and I think a lot of the time I just feel so exhausted. Like it feels hard to have an opinion anymore, because it feels like there's so many people talking about it. It's like, why should I bother? And of course I should bother, because I have my own unique perspective. I have my own unique opinions. Even if they're the same opinions that other people have, I have my own specific angle from it. I have my own point of view, and I might add additional things to a conversation, whatever that might be. But for some reason, I'm having trouble doing that. Like, I'm doing that like on Twitter, I guess, a little bit. Like I'll make a YouTube comment, and then I'll like copy paste all that and like parse it out, like spread it out across some tweets. You know, because there's a character limit per tweet. And then sometimes I'll make, you know, the longer ones that I write, like for Twitter, I'll end up making it into a blog post. But right now I'm not really focused 100%, which is what I don't know. I can't really, like, I can't put so much energy into something when I have something more important to work on. And the thing that I can work on more importantly is something that I'm already doing. Like I'm already doing pretty much everything I could be doing, at least in my current living situation and my current, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, and there's also physical limitations to it too, which if you knew what it was, you'd probably guess why. You know, there's some physical limitations, and also there's some mental limitations. There's only so much I can handle at once. Even if it's something I enjoy doing, even if it's something like playing a video game or streaming or anything like that, there's only so much I can mentally handle of doing a single activity. I am autistic after all, and I am labeled as permanently disabled because of issues related to that. And one of those is that it's just really hard for me to be consistent, especially with it's a job. If it's a difficult job, especially if it's a very, like, it doesn't really feel like it's providing value. Like, because monetary value is not enough. Because I've had jobs before, but even though I know I need to show up to get money, like, I just didn't want to show up. And it's not a matter of like, oh, I just don't want to show up. It's like extreme pain going through my entire body just to force myself to go to the job. And if I can't do that I have to do that, basically wrestle with that every single time my alarm goes off to get ready for a job. So that's why, you know, I found, you know, like, okay, well, what can I do? I'm not going to complain and say, oh, life sucks. That's not going to get me anywhere. But what can I do? And I started to explore what I could do. And it's like, hey, like, I can talk into a microphone and do stuff in front of a camera. And I'm like, okay, well, so I started streaming. And that obviously is kind of a... it's a kind of a, like, rolling a dice. It's like a million-sided dice, and you have to roll a 20. But, you know, it's crazy. Like, you know, streaming was kind of like a start, not the finish. And streaming is always going to be there, because streaming's not really a career. Streaming's just something you do. Like, streaming is like a reflection of wherever your life's at. And so I think once people understand that, then they're like, okay, well, how do I have a career then? Well, you have to do something like YouTube, or you can do sex work, or you can do any other number of work out there. And I think the key for me is finding what works for me, because I can't go to like a minimum wage job. Like, I can't go to any job really. like, especially if it's like hourly, especially if I have to be expected to be there at a specific time every single shift. That's not going to work. And unfortunately, that's the majority of work out there. But it's not the only type of work. And if I can make what I'm doing now work, I'm going to be pretty good. So I'm just kind of staying the course and not losing hope. Because once I lose hope, there's no... Like, I'm gonna continue to fight for my life. Like, that's not going to change. What is going to change is, like, you know, I'm going to get better at my job. Which it is a job. It's just not fully paying at the moment. Like, it's, I don't know, I'm making like $400 to $600. But it's kind of all over the place, and it's kind of, you know, it's kind of, I'm kind of unclear, like, if I'm going to make money each month. That's kind of where it is right now. But that's going to change, especially since I, you know, put out a resume. And I'm going to be trying to eventually, when I'm able to, because this is another hard part, doing job interviews is like almost impossible for me with my autism issues. But almost impossible is not the same as impossible. But it is going to take me a long time to build up the courage and the practice necessary to go try to get more than just camming work. Because I want to do professional adult work. I don't know how to get into that. Like, I just don't. I need assistance, and I don't know how to find it. And so I'm going to try to find it the best I can. But I don't need to do it right now. I don't need to do it right away. For now, I'm doing everything I can on my own. And honestly, that could be enough. Like, honestly, I could just rely on my own work and just let it build. And just see where it comes, you know, hold out for a bit. Kind of see where I can bring it on my own first. And then maybe I'll have a lot more chances and opportunities to make more professional productions once I get some popularity. So I already am pretty popular among the people I'm popular with. So I already know there's a proof of concept that there's people who really, really, really enjoy what I do. So, you know, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep working and trying to improve. And that's kind of how I do things. Because, I mean, what's the alternative? Doing nothing? The alternative is, like, you know, living in misery all the time because I can't get a regular job, and then just refusing to even try to make money on the internet. Like what's the alternative? I don't know why people get so fixated on trying to, like, sometimes people will be like, oh, you should get a real job or whatever. It's like, well, what do you suggest? Do you think I've just been, you know, clueless this whole time? Do you think I'm stupid? Are you insulting my intelligence? Do you think that I've never thought about getting a regular job? Do you think that I'm just here, like, making excuses? Like, what the hell is wrong with these people? Men competing in women's sports? Well, men aren't competing in women's sports. Trans women are competing in women's sports because trans women are women. And there's regulations that say when and when you can't. So I'm going to put you on a timeout for framing the question in a very... You're trying to bait me into talking about it. There's really nothing to discuss. There's plenty of research on the topic. And if you refuse to accept that research, that's your problem. You know, that's literally your problem. It's not mine. And it's definitely not women's problem. You know, especially not trans women's problem. You know, we're just trying to live our lives, and there's, like, so few of us. I mean, like, think about how many women are in sport. Like, there's so much research on this. Why don't you go read that instead of just asking random people that you just met on YouTube? I don't know what your goal is. Like, why'd you ask that? Like what do you hope to gain? Am I a scientist? Do I don't have, like, brand, you know, insight. I don't have some grand insight for you. Okay, I'm just like a freaking random, like, cam girl. Like what the hell do you want from me? Like, why do you want some kind of, like, Destiny level debate on something that shouldn't be an issue? I don't know why people are so fixated on trans women in sports. They don't care about women's sports at all. And it's already very obvious. And they don't care about women's issues at all. If they did, they wouldn't reverse Roe v. Wade. If they did, they wouldn't, like, you know, like, this so-called gender testing or whatever in sports has been around and affecting cisgender women since the 30s. Okay, so, like, this isn't anything new. It's just, like, more discrimination against women. And this time, they're, you know, targeting trans women. And, you know, trying to find even more of a reason to harass us and make us feel like we don't belong. And make us feel like we're not the gender that we know we are. Constantly questioning us. Constantly gaslighting us. Constantly, like, why is it so important to you? Literally, like, why is it so important to you that some women have penises? And why does that destroy your entire worldview? That it's possible for a woman to have a penis or a man to have a vagina. Why is that so, like, world destroying for you? It doesn't make any sense. Stop fixating on this. Like, just get over it. There's more important things, okay? Like, besides hurting trans women and trans men. Like, instead of, like, harassing us and making us feel like we shouldn't even exist, making us feel like our whole world is this hostile place, you know, like, you know, and continuing to, like, enact legislation that directly targets us to make our lives miserable. Okay, like, maybe there's something wrong here. And it's not us, okay? It's not trans people, okay? There's something wrong with the people who are fighting against us, constantly questioning us, constantly trying to debate our existence. We already exist, okay? Like, that's not going to change. Your opinion, it does not have any bearing on my existence. This is the whiniest round of Overwatch. Why don't you go to somewhere else then? Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Like, get over it. Trans people exist, okay? We belong in the planet. Like, we belong to live and have the same quality of life that anybody else has. You know, even though it's shitty for most people, especially if you're poor. But, like, come on. Like, we're people too. We play games. We play Overwatch. We stream. Like, we do YouTube. Like, we talk about things. Like, why is there this, like, constant fight to, like, prevent us from participating? Why is there this constant fight to, like, try to undermine everything that we are? And it doesn't make any sense why people are so fixated on this. Why is it so important that your view that is false, that there's only like a two genders and that they're based on your biological birth or whatever? Like, why, or chromosomes even, which people's chromosome arguments are completely based on false, like, just completely falsehoods. Like, they don't understand, like, biology at all. So anytime they bring up biology and gender, you already should know that this person has an agenda to delegitimize trans people. They don't care about scientific truth. They don't care about anything except, I don't know why, they're so fucking obsessed with trans people. Like, you got a problem. You have an actual problem if you're so fixated on undermining and trying to destroy and make trans people's lives miserable. There is something mentally wrong with you. Like, you have an illness. You have a serious mental illness if you care so much about hating trans people more than anything else. Like, come on. Get the fuck over it. Grow the fuck up. Some chicks have dicks. Get the fuck over it. Move on. Can we play the new meta now? Can we go play the game now? Can we go do something else? Instead of going over and over and over the same fucking speed bump over and over that people are so fixated on. They have entire podcasts dedicated to delegitimizing us. Entire podcasts, entire YouTube videos, channels, entire YouTube channels dedicated to tearing down trans people. Like, there's something seriously wrong with these people. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, can you just be a normal person for one day and not be so fucking addicted to making trans people's lives worse? This whole women's safety argument is bullshit. You're fighting ghosts. What about the trans women who've worked their entire lives? Okay, like what argument is this? These arguments are based on ghosts. They're not based on reality. This information that you're having is imagined. There is no women's safety issue. There has never been a women's safety issue except against the trans women. The only women who have been targeted are trans women. Do you not understand? That's the only women who have been targeted. Like, women's sports, the only people who have been targeted and harassed have been trans women. So anytime that somebody wants to say, oh, but we need to worry about women's safety, what the fuck are you talking about? Why don't you let the scientists figure out that, and if there's a disadvantage, if there's an advantage or whatever, then there'll be intervention. Until then, get the fuck off our backs. Let us fucking compete. Okay? If there's like a scientific thing happening, and there is some kind of severe advantage, and if they have found advantages, but it's no significant advantage. Just like anybody has an advantage. Michael Phelps has an extremely perfect swimmer's body, and I think he also has an actual genetic defect or something like that gives him an insanely increased lung capacity, which in turn gives him a huge advantage as a swimmer. I was gonna say stripper. I guess if you're a certain type of stripper and more than a stripper, then I guess not having to come up for air might be good, but yeah, James, it's just like these people, they have this script and they never deviate from this script, and all these points have already been talked about. They have already been debunked. They have already been worked through. And the person who's refusing to do the work or do the change or even actually think differently are these people. The people like this person I had to block. Like this person who's coming in here, the first thing they talk about is trans women in sports. Literally nothing else in the chat. This person specifically came here to talk about trans women in sports. I don't think it's coincidence that I happen to be a trans woman. Maybe this person does this to everyone. I don't know. Who knows? This person has some kind of boner for trans women in sports. I don't know what's going on with this person. This person is not mentally well. Because trans women work their entire lives to have opportunities too. So you're gonna rob the opportunities from those women instead of the other women? All I see is a group of women, and some of them are transgender, and most of them are not. Maybe one or two are transgender, if at all. Oh, thank you. Well, most sports, do not have trans athletes. I don't know where people are thinking that there's these millions of people transitioning just so they could win a basketball game. That's absolutely psychotic. That's absolutely psychotic. If anybody did that, that person would deserve, it wouldn't be because they're a trans person in sports. It's because that person is mentally unsound. Okay, if you go through everything that we go through just to win a fucking basketball game, nobody would ever do that. And if you want to prove me wrong, then tell a cisgender male to go on hormones for 3 years and potentially even get their testicles removed. You know, like, tell them to live as a woman for 3 years so that they can play basketball. Like that's just absolutely ridiculous. Why don't you just play men's sports? If like that's the obvious conclusion, is that the only people who are trans playing in sports are trans people. Like, there's no fucking ghost. There's some boogeyman that all these people are chasing. That, like, somehow, oh, well, if we allow trans women in sports, what about men pretending to be trans? Like, well, go do it then. I invite you. Go fucking do it. In fact, if you did, I would say that you earned it. Like, you earned womanhood, okay? Like, I don't care if you're a cisgender male pretending to be a trans person. At that point, if you go through all the shit that we go through, you've earned your fucking stripes, okay? So, like, regardless of whatever you think, at that point, you would be trans even if you weren't. Because if you do what we do, which is live our lives and go through these treatments, like, it makes you trans. Like, so it doesn't even matter. Like, anybody who would be pretending, quote unquote, to be trans just to play sports would effectively be trans. So I don't even know what the deal is. There's so few of us already. Yeah, I mean, it's actually not a big deal. The only people I have to talk to about this stuff are people like on YouTube and stuff. So, you know, and like Twitch, you know, like, you know, it's like Twitter and YouTube, like that's where you expect people to have, you know, dumbass opinions. They think that they get to have an opinion about our existence. I'm sorry, but facts don't care about your feelings. And I know, like, the biggest person who claims that is the opposite of that. This person, you know, Ben Shapiro, has like a complete huge boner for trans people. Yeah, you block them, of course, but every now and then you kind of need to talk a little bit about it, because it is an ongoing issue. You know, it's like something that people just refuse to see basic data. They refuse to see basic factual information because they're so blinded by their ability. Oh, well, I'm allowed to have an opinion. It's like, do you care more about having an opinion, or do you actually want that opinion? Or are you just like dying on a hill because you think that having opinion is more important than people having lives that are worth living? Like, is it more important because you have this concept of freedom? You have this concept of free speech that, you know, obviously if your speech infringes on someone else's freedom, then it's not free because you're canceling it. Like, if you use your speech to say, okay, well, trans people shouldn't have existence, like, you know, well, thanks for the follow, James. Like, if you use your platform to use hate speech, that is not protected by the law. That's literally against the law. And, like, people weasel out of it, but it's just like there's this constant, like, do they care more about the opinion itself, or do they just care about having an opinion? Because if they care about having an opinion, well, I hate to tell you this, or maybe I enjoy telling you this, but I hate to burst your bubble, but everybody has, you know, opinions are like assholes, and everybody has one, and they all stink. Okay, mine doesn't stink, though. I clean mine, and it smells nice, and people want to put their mouth on it. Okay. On that note, let's play some Overwatch. Jesus Christ, do I have to time you out again? Calm down, Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're playing Overwatch, finally. What you've all been waiting for. No, not you, James. The other person from D Live. This person, BBBB, just trolling me, I guess. You know, there's worse ways to troll. That's why you're not banned. But, you know, it's a normal kind of trolling. Like, you know, it happens to, like, every streamer, where there's always somebody who's, like, pissed off that you're not playing the video game yet. Like that's normal for streaming, honestly. Hey guys, what's up? Say hi to Twitch. Did you just quote Ben Shapiro on that leftist tangent? Did you just get blocked? The fact that the people's language actually like determines a lot of how I'm gonna judge like whether or not that person should be banned or not. Like I am so good at spotting fucking like dumbass opinions. That's kind of the magic of being a streamer. Like you start to see dumbass. Like I can read dumbass now. Like I'm fluent in dumbass. I know how to translate dumbass. That is you know, Red Foreman would be proud. You dumbass.
Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
Helping you recover.
Dumbass 101. Yeah, I mean it is a language. And you know, I know how to speak dumbass. I mean, I know how to read dumbass. I mean, sometimes I speak dumbass, but most of the time I'm just a, you know, I'm just a reader.
Objective unlocked.
Sniper, get behind something. You're bucketed. Shield
Block their path.
Well, that didn't go well. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, yeah, I just like don't even know. Like people wake up and they just like they want to like have a bad time. Like, you know, I mean, I'm not talking about people who install Overwatch, but I mean, like people just wake up and they want to like just have a bad day. Like, and they want to try to make others have a bad day? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you're like, you come in here, what about all the women in sports and protecting women in sports, and what do you think about that? And what do you think that maybe all I hear is like, dude, like, what are you trying to do? Why don't you go touch some boob? Maybe you should start transitioning. You'll touch more boob. You know, you just need to touch more boob. And maybe that could be your own boobs. Maybe all these people who are like super anti-trans, maybe they're trans. Like, do you guys want to find out more? Like, do you want to take estrogen? Like, is that what's going on? Like, because we can make that happen. It's not impossible, okay? Like, you can be happy. I hope that you can be happy. If Ben Shapiro came out and it's like, hey, I'm gonna actually try transitioning just to prove a point, and then he finds out like, hey, like I was wrong all these years, like I actually have been happier than I've ever been in my life. I was actually a woman, and I'm gonna use she/her pronouns, and I'm gonna do everything I can to undo the damage that I've done with my platform. But now that would be a freaking crazy timeline to be living in. Could you? I mean, it is a possible timeline. You know, in an infinite time, in an infinite multiverse, that could be a timeline where like Ben Shapiro comes out as trans woman and starts taking estrogen and transitioning, and like is just like 10 million times happier. I mean, I think these people would be happier if they had the opportunity. Like, if they just said, hey, like, you know, maybe they need to transition. If they're so focused on it, they're hyper fixated on us, why don't they go do it? Go transition, do it. Prove us. Prove that anybody can be trans if they just wanted to. And I bet you that the person who would be willing to do it is already trans. they just were in the closet. If I could trap him and he hits on you, ew. Oh god. And you know, I'm pretty sure Ben Shapiro jacks off to trans women. I'm pretty sure all these people jack off to us. Like, all these people who are constantly, like, attacking us and making us seem like we're, like, the whole groomer narrative or whatever. I'm pretty sure, like, 99.8% of those people jack off to trans women on a daily basis. And they have some kind of shame from, like, I don't even know, like, religion or some kind of upbringing, like maybe like some parent of theirs like brainwashed them or something into hating trans people. I don't know what it is. But I bet like 98% of these people, 99.8% of these people, specifically that number, jack off to us on a daily basis, and they think they have such a toxic understanding of who we are that they think that we're just some kind of like kink for them to just like, you know, enjoy in secrecy. It's not bad. Why would it be bad? Would it be bad that you're into cisgender women? Would it be bad that you're into men? Like, it's not bad. Why would it be bad? Why would it be bad that you're into anyone? You know, unless it was like unconsensual, but that's different. You know, and if you're a guy and you're into trans women, but you're not into men, well, then you're not bi and you're not gay. If you're into women and some of those women happen to have penises, it's still a woman attached to that penis. And anybody who thinks otherwise is so freaking delusional. If you pull up some porn of trans women and you pull up porn of men and you compare them side by side, there's going to be a difference. It's a woman attached to the penis, okay? Like... And I don't know why it's so important for people to have like a label of whether or not like, does this make me gay if I'm into trans women? First of all, no, unless you were into men, then you'd be bi because you're into women and men. And also, why does that matter so much? Why is that so important? Is it going to change anything about your life or anybody else's life for that matter? Like if you happen to be into dick, like, is that literally going to change anything about anyone's life? And the answer is no. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck about what you jack off to. Like, why do you think that you're so important that who you jack off to is some kind of, like, game-changing information for the world? Like, oh, you jack off to trans women. Okay, you want a cookie? Like, I mean, a lot of people do. And not all of them are women, and not all of them are men, and not all of them are bi. And you know, like, I don't know, it's like, is it that big of a deal? Even if you were attracted to men, why is that a big deal? Yeah, I mean, that's just is how it is. I mean, I wish more people would just kind of like awaken and like feel happy. Like, if you want to suck dick, go suck a dick. I actually like. It's really hard to find trans women to be with, okay? We're only like 1% of the population. And so if you can be with a trans woman, you would be lucky to have a chance to be with us. Because I am constantly like, oh God, like I wish I could be with a trans woman, like so much. Oh my God, like we're so rare, okay? Like it's hard, it's already hard enough to find someone that you want to be with. Like, even if it's just temporary, like, even a one-night stand, it's already hard to find people that you, like, enjoy being with and that you want to, you know, do intimate stuff with. And then, let alone finding somebody who's also trans, and it's like, who's also your type. So it's like, not only are there less of us to choose from, not everybody is my type. So it's like, and then the pool of people for me to date who are trans women is like, you know, it's not like I have like this huge like all or nothing type or whatever, but I do have a type of like more feminine, naturally breasted, you know, trans women who don't overly like, you know, don't have, you know, who don't overly like, I don't know, like I'm not really into like overly like makeup or overly whatever. I'm into like I am into men. I'm pansexual. Well, I have a different type for men than I do for women. And My type for women is like usually just kind of women who I guess kind of look more like me, whether they're cis or trans. Like, I don't know, like I'm kind of into women who are similar to me, like feminine, not like too athletic, but you know, I'm obviously athletic is a plus. If somebody's healthy, you know, I'm happy for them. I'm healthy, I guess. What do I like in men? I need to feel safe. That's a big one. That's like a really big one. If a guy makes me feel unsafe or uncomfortable, that's already a deal breaker. Like if somebody's like, you know, like if somebody comes in and they ask me like, what's your opinion on trans women in sports? Like that's obviously a no, that's a no-go right there, because that person is super sweaty and they probably smell bad. I'm gonna be real. Like that person probably has like this smell to them of like constantly needing to be a debate bro, constantly needing to be right. Like that's a smell. Like that has a smell to it. Like I just don't want to be around that. I don't like people like that. We're just always arguing, always debating, always trying to win something. I don't really like that. With men, it's a lot more about personality. Like I can't deal with certain personality. With men, it's more what I don't like. With women, it's more what I like, because you know, I'm into all sorts of different types of people, but I think it's more important for me to figure out what I don't want than it is to figure out what I want, because when I figure out what I don't want, it's like, well, there's certain types of people I can never be with. And the smell from my mold in my kitchen, you know, box life is like 2 years old, right? Why don't you go move on with your life? That was like 2 years ago, dude. Like, it was like almost 3 years ago. Like, are you serious? Do you have a life?
Let me take care of that for you.
Receive my aid. Eyes open
I can
now.
protect you. Special delivery.
Going somewhere? We're on our way. Misery made manifest. There's a test subject.
Together now.
Breaking them
Allt
down.
kommer bli bra.
Meal of wings. It's go.
All right, I got the mercy.
Don't know when to quit. Let's move it below. Pain is
Sending care your way.
cybernetics regulating.
Your bucket is.
Your ass is within my reach.
Your ass is in my reach. No! How did that happen? What the heck? Was that a diva explosion? No, it was a freaking... Was that junkyard soldier or whatever? I don't know. Oh, thank you, James. I'm just being myself. I actually, like, you know, part of like, and people have like this idea about trans people. They think that like there's one way to be trans, or they think that there's one way to be trans, a woman, and it's like not all women are into the same things. And there is like this LGBT culture that I'm never really feeling comfortable with. There's this like just because I'm trans, why do I have to automatically like be a part of the whole like drag culture or LGBT culture, which are great. You know, I think it's great. I'm not like against it. And what I'm trying to say is like, why do I automatically have like, why is it expected of me to like be 100% about every single like LGBT culture thing? Whether it's like drag or whether it's whatever, it's like not everybody's into that, and why am I expected to? And it's just like, I don't know, I think it's just like the biggest realization was that I don't have to act a certain way or look a certain way to be a woman. And I think things started to get a lot better after that, because I didn't feel, you know, I felt less dysphoria. Yeah, a lot of that was just, you know, hormones made things easier. That was a huge part of, that's a huge reason why hormones are so useful for trans people, because like it basically, it changed everything about my world in a very positive way, and everything just felt healthier. the fuck is going on? Am I stuck? What is going on?
You cannot escape me.
Is it the map?
Oh, you're 6.
What the hell?
Shields up.
You think you're awesome and beautiful? Well, I will keep it up. Thank you. I'm gonna keep being me. Yeah, I am sexy. I know that. Yeah, I know I'm sexy.
I'll try a different approach.
Thank you for noticing. I'm also silly sometimes and not so sexy sometimes. Sometimes I'm actually like really uncomfortable, but that's just being a human being.
Shields buckling.
Yeah, speaking out loud, thinking out loud, all that kind of stuff. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I was trying to get a heal off before I got killed.
Freeze. Don't move. Hang on, put in the payload.
Come on, Vivian. Get yourself together.
I can protect you.
I went a little bit too far in. You know, like, I don't know, as time has gone on, and, you know, my goal, you know, people talk about transition goals. And I think, like, there's this idea that you have to, like, look like this Barbie doll or whatever. And I think that's, like, that's not real, like, gender euphoria. Like, that's not real, like, alleviation to your gender dysphoria. For me, I feel less dysphoric. Actually, like, if I can wear men's clothes and still be gendered as female, then I consider that, you know, I've reached a lot of my transition goals. If I wear a sweatshirt and it's still obvious that I'm female, you know, like I should not, it's not the, like, you know, like super like sexy bikinis and stuff that makes me feel euphoria about my gender. It's if I wear like men's clothes or like sweatshirts or whatever and still am gendered correctly, that's more what makes me feel euphoria, like gender euphoria, instead of just, you know, the opposite of dysphoria. You know, instead of hating my body, instead of hating myself, feeling good about everything. And, you know, because if I can wear like pajamas or like, you know, boyfriend's hoodie or whatever, that kind of look, and it's still obvious that, like, hey, that's a girl wearing men's clothes, then I feel like, yeah, I mean, maybe not the loose ones, but I do look good in, like, you know, kind of fitting clothing. I do have a shape to my body that I really enjoy. Makes me really happy waking up in the middle of the night or waking up in the morning, looking at myself and feeling myself. I know it's like, don't want to get too awkward here, but, you know, like, kind of like feel my skin, and I feel a woman's body. I don't feel a man's body when I feel myself in the morning. You would die to see that? Well, you don't have to die to see it. Sorry. I mean, I guess not sorry. I mean, I guess good news. You don't have to die to see it. And I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I feel a lot of euphoria, and this is what it's actually made me feel. Well, you can give me a follow on Twitter. You know, check out my bio. You know what actually kind of gives me some real, like, euphoria is like, it's like knowing that, like, I could be someone's girlfriend rather than, you know, I am attracted to women, but like it made it a little easier to be into men once I started estrogen, because now it's like I'm the girl, right? And then I imagine myself, I don't know, it's a weird kind of, like, the way I fantasize about it is that, like, I don't know, like, because I know what it's like being somebody who went through male puberty, and so I know what guys, most guys are into, and then I imagine myself as myself, and then I'm also imagining like what it's like for the guy, and that makes me really turned on, like knowing I'm the girl. Like knowing that like he gets to touch me and my body and he's feeling a woman and he's aroused or whatever. Like knowing that like makes me really euphoric. And as time goes on, I just feel happier and happier inside my body. And so after the surgeries, that's going to be like even more pronounced. Yeah, like imagining myself. And then when I imagine myself with women, I imagine myself as like a, you know, like it's a lesbian situation. It's not like it's not. I mean, anybody who thinks otherwise is delusional. Like, you know, like I said earlier, anybody who looks at a trans woman, you know, doing like adult content, and thinks that there's like this insanely huge difference from watching like cisgender women. Which, by the way, there's really no way, unless you like are like a gynecologist or something, or you're like their doctor. There's actually really no way to prove just by appearances if somebody is cisgender or transgender. So I don't know why. It's like we have this like, oh, I'm into cisgender women. It's like, okay, well, how do you know she's cisgender? Like, what if you're into her and she happens to be trans and she had like bottom surgery and like. You just don't know the difference. You don't think about it.
I'll make sure this goes smoothly.
that it totally could be the case, and people don't want to admit that. They think they have this full understanding of what it means to be transgender or cisgender, and there's literally so many shapes and sizes of people and genders that it's like, why are you making yourself so... Like, why are you giving yourself such a headache over trying to clearly label everything? I don't know what this fixation is. Like, why does everything have to have a label? And why is it important whether or not people think you're gay or not? I think that's the thing with guys, is they're like, oh, I'm not gay. You know, like, ew, that's a trans woman. I'm not attracted to her because she has a penis. And if I like a penis, that makes me gay. It's like, dude, that's where a lot of transphobia comes from. Like that's like where like the vast majority of transphobia comes from, is because you think that you associate penis with male gender, and not only that, but you consider it some kind of like disgusting thing to be like, to even be associated with someone else's penis. Not even like whether you're attracted to it or not. It's just like there's some kind of like, it's like you feel like if you think about it, your life's gonna be over or something. Like, what are you talking about? How long are you gonna be going for? Probably a few hours. I'm going for a while. And I enjoy talking about this stuff. I'm glad that you enjoy my stream. And I try to do my best every day to improve my life. And sometimes that means just, you know, playing some video games and talking on stream. That's not the best thing for my career, but sometimes that's the only thing that I you know, it's the best thing at the moment, you know, that I can do for my life in general. And streaming for the most part has been for myself. Like, yeah, I know it's hard for people to imagine, but like I have a whole system in place for my career growth, and streaming is only a very, very, very small part of it, if at all. So it's something that I learned how to change the way I see it. And I don't know, it's just like the way I've approached my career has changed drastically over the past 3 years, especially once I started doing camming. Yeah, I'm starting to get like kill streaks, like on Brigitte. Like I'm actually getting pretty good compared to before. Oh, I got it back out. Everyone's respawning. Okay, I need to go near the tank. Okay, get some overhealth.
Nerf this.
Going somewhere?
Get it.
Woo! This is going crazy. Okay, we gotta get the diva. Okay, come on. Oh, I was gonna try to get the heal, but you were in the other building. I mean, on the other side of the wall.
Barrier's not in good shape.
Okay, no, I got trapped. That was not... That would have been better if there was somebody I could have run into. I was running the wrong way. Running in the wrong direction. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 da-da-da.
You'll fix it. We're outnumbered. Careful. Shields under fire. Barrier down. Get back. They're on me. Here, for you. I can protect you.
Recharge.
Let me take care of that for you.
All the potatoes.
Shove. Special delivery.
Mm-mm.
Here, for you. I'll cover you. Fire in the hole. Shields buckling.
Get along.
Oh, where's everybody?
Shields up.
Payload needs to be moved.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Let me help you.
start your engines.
Rally to me.
Cheers, mate.
I'm under attack.
Got you in my sights. Behind you.
Careful, we're outnumbered.
Got you in my sights. Couldn't handle.
Hang on, T. Get to the payload.
Hey, what's up, Slayer? How are you doing? We're just playing some Overwatch. We're also talking about some stuff earlier. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know, a lot of the stuff, like, I don't have to always, I think one of my goals is, like, I have a lot about me that's, well, I'm sorry that you're sick. I have a lot about me that is basically kind of revolving around, like, gender affirming care and, like, surgeries and stuff, and it's like, there's more to me than the fact that I'm transgender, and it's like, I feel like, as time goes on, like, it's important for me to, like, you know, I don't have to, like, there's more to me than just, like, my medical journey and, like, the fact that I'm, like, trans. And so it's like, you have an Overwatch pickup line? Yeah, I do want to hear it. Thank you so much for the follow. Dragon Sex.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm on the payload.
start your engines.
Barrier's not in good shape.
I got some assists, okay.
Barrier down. Get back.
But I don't know, I think one of my fears is that, like, I'm boring. It's like, hey, if I don't have, like, my gender to talk about, what do I have? And it's like, I have plenty to talk about. But I mean, like, that's the fear, right? Like, there's a fear that, like, I'm boring. And I don't want to be boring. I got them at spawn. Holy shit. With the tank.
Sometimes I still surprise myself.
Hey, hey, what's up? What's up, Dragon?
常の鍵爪を解き放て
Dragon sex?
Rally to me! Looking better already. We're outnumbered. Careful. Shields buckling. Shields up.
Yikes. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Not much. Yeah, just playing some Overwatch and just kind of, sometimes it's hard for me to talk during gameplay because I'm not very good. But also, like, I need to focus more. And I don't know, it's one of those things that, like, obviously streaming helps, with practicing this ability, but there is a thing where it's like, it's really hard to, like, talk, like, while I'm, like, doing gaming because I'm so focused on it. And I think that's like oh, GG, guys. And I don't know, like I said, you have sent the pickup line. Are you Mercy? I need a res because you've just slain me with your beauty. Well, that's not bad. Actually, no, if somebody said that to me, I would be like, well, I mean, I don't know. If you want to think of pickup lines as like kind of an icebreaker, that'd be like, okay, well, that was really stupid. And as long as the person is very like polite about it, and like they're not like, I don't know, I think there's an idea behind like, if somebody is doing something for the right reasons and it has like a vibe about it that's like not like weird or sketch or negative, I think it's like really hard to talk about certain things, especially when it comes to like dating or pickup lines or whatever, because so many guys out there, and it's not just guys, but like, you know, there's so many guys out there, is they think that it's some kind of technique, that if you say something the right way, that it's gonna like woo potential partners or whatever. Said she would marry you? Oh my god, when's the wedding? I don't know, it's not really what you say, it's basically the situation and the context of the person you're with. The thing is like, maybe it's a conversation starter because it's like, oh yeah, like, you know, like we had this person came in with like a weird pickup line about Overwatch, and then like it kind of made me smile. And then maybe that person, you know, hey, like this person makes me smile. And then you're saying like, okay, well maybe that person might be somebody I want to talk to. And then you talk to the person and it's like, hey, I'm really comfortable with this person. In fact, I'm so comfortable that, you know, I'm actually going to ask this person if they want to meet again. Or, you know, maybe even go back to the hotel room or something. You never know. You know, obviously you can never 100% trust someone, even someone that you've known your whole life, and sometimes especially people you've known your whole life. But you know, it's like some people, you know, like you kind of have to like take a risk, and I think that's one of the problems I have is like I'm afraid to date because I don't want to get hurt. And the same reason with it's a little I mean it's a little bit more understandable that I'm so not nervous. I think that I'm so careful about meeting people, especially for like adult work, because I don't really know how the industry like really works, and so like if I don't want to be taken advantage of, and I don't want to get hurt. You know, somebody might hurt me badly if I try to get work, and so like I kind of need to be careful about that. But as far as dating goes, I also need to be careful about dating because there's people who are going to hurt you, who go on dating apps like Tinder and stuff. I met a guy, he ended up being a really nice guy. He was really sweet. He was really kind to me. He was really gentle and treated me nicely. But the situation was really sketchy. Regardless of, you know, obviously it ended up being okay. But like the situation was like he met me at midnight. We've already talked on the phone before. But he met me at midnight in a parking lot. And then we went back for like a 40-minute drive to his house. And I was alone with him in his house. And like anything could have happened. And it's like, it ended up being okay, but like, that scared me. The whole time I was like, is this gonna, I hope this ends up being okay. Like, am I doing it right? Is this how you date? Like, you know, the normal stuff. You know, I have a lot of self-doubt about my ability to be a lover, even though I already know from experience I am a very good lover. You know, that I'm always very considerate about my partner. I'm very into it, and if I'm not into it, you know, I'll communicate it, but also if it's not too big of a deal, like if I'm not too uncomfortable, I'll try to make my partner happy, okay? Because I know that, you know, I may not be 100% into it, but I know that they are. And, you know, as long as I communicate, like, when it's, like, too much, like, I'm saying, like, hey, like, we need to stop. Like, that's different. But, like, I try to, like, not stop. Like, I try to be like, okay, well, this person, I want to make this person happy. You know, I want to help them finish, so to speak. And, you know, like, in that case, like, I think sometimes it's okay to not, I mean, I give consent, but it's a different kind of consent. You know what I mean? It's more like, hey, like, I'm not really into it, but I can tell you are, and I want to make you happy. And if I consent to do that, that's still consent. And I see it that way. And you know, and I want to make it sure that I want my partner to know that I'm consenting. I don't want my partner to feel like they're bothering me or violating me or anything like that. Because I mean, I don't want my partner to feel like that. Nobody wants to feel like that. I mean, no reasonable person. But I've only been with 2 men and 2 women my entire life. I'm 34 years old. I've only dated, and it wasn't even really dating. I lived with this one woman, the second woman I was with. I lived with her for several months in a kind of fucked up situation. But I don't know. It was really kind of weird. But it's what happened, and nothing can change that. But it was kind of a weird situation. I was like homeless, and she met her at the homeless shelter. Then we like, she was making like, I almost felt like that I was like taking advantage of the fact that she had money and I didn't. Because you know, I now have like income from SSI, but she was getting income and she needed a place to like, and I helped her find like, I helped us find a place to live. And so, like, I felt like, you know, it was mutual and we both discussed it, like, many times. But I still felt like it was just a weird situation for both of us. Like, I felt like I was taking advantage of the fact that she had money and I didn't want to be homeless. And I also felt like she was taking advantage of me for being overly trusting and overly loving. Like, it's really easy to please me. Like romantically and sexually, like I'm very easy to please. Like it's not really something people have to work for. There's certain things that'll bother me, and that is something that's a different story. That's like if somebody is, like I said, if somebody has the wrong vibes, like nothing they do is gonna change that really. And you just don't jive with some people. It's kind of how relationships work. And you kind of have to accept that and move on. I think that's the biggest deal is people don't want to move on. There's this idea, and I think it's usually more among men because men are taught, and I know this because I was assigned male at birth and I was taught a certain way. Even though I was very different and it felt very wrong and it felt very, I'm pretty sure it was very, I mean, I am not a man, so I didn't, but I did experience the experience of like, being raised a certain way. And I think it's important to understand that a lot of men see things as some kind of like, if there's a problem, there's a solution. Like you see a lot of guys go into like, they get into like hobbies and other things, like especially like stuff with like, you know, you go into the garage and you work on like, you know, your lathing tool or whatever like your power tools and all that kind of stuff. Usually guys tend to see things as like, this has a solution. And when you start treating people that way, you're going to have problems because people aren't some problem to be solved. And and also it's so nuanced that one thing that would work for somebody to help them is not going to help another person, even if they're in a similar circumstance. So it's like, I think guys tend to see like, oh, well, if she doesn't want to date me, it's because I just need to do it right. And it's like, that's not how it works. Like there's so many different reasons why somebody would not want to be with somebody. And it's more than just like what you do, like what you say or what you do. Like there's this idea that if men act a certain way or wear a certain deodorant, or if they like say like pickup lines or whatever, or if they have a certain job or whatever, that women will just automatically date them. And it's like, well, that's not the case. And there's nothing wrong with you unless you're like causing problems. But like, you just have to accept that not everybody's going to be into you. And I think that's like where a lot of the trouble comes from that people have. People get really people get really upset, and they have like deep depression over like, you know, not being over their dating lives. And I think it's really important for people to understand that you're not going to have control over who is attracted to you. You're just not. And you could do things to like, you know, it's not some problem to be solved. You can't solve it with like a math equation. Like, oh, if I do this, then this person's going to like me. They're people. They have their own autonomy. They have their own beliefs. They have their own feelings. It's not really like this like game. And I think as soon as people start treating dating like it's some kind of game or some kind of problem to be solved, or some kind of like, oh, well, like if you do a recipe, then it's gonna get you a date or whatever. GG guys. But like as soon as you start thinking that way, you're setting yourself up for upset. You're setting yourself up for failure.
Play of the game.
And I don't know, I just think more people should learn how to like accept that not everybody's going to be into you, you know, man or woman. And I think it's just, you know, there's plenty of fish in the sea. Like, come on. Like you match with somebody on Tinder or whatever, and like suddenly you're going to put 100% of your life into this person that you literally only saw a photo of them and like you texted like once or twice with that person. Like, come on. Like, it's either going to work or it's not. You know, it might take a long time. You might know really quickly. You know, sometimes it's not so clear. Like, you're like, hey, like, I'm going to give this person a chance. And that's different. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work out. And the vast majority of times, it's not. And I think it's like there's this hyper fixation on finding a partner. And a lot of it is driven by like traditional beliefs or whatever. It might be religious or whatever. Some of it's cultural. But I feel like it's extremely damaging because so many people would be so happy if they just didn't glue their happiness to whether or not they had a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a partner. Like, whether or not you have a partner should not determine your happiness, because then if having a partner is what makes you happy, then what are you going to do when you don't have a partner? You're going to feel miserable. You're going to feel like there's something wrong with you, and there's nothing wrong with you. It's just not everybody is even capable at all times of being in a relationship. You know, sometimes you're not ready for a relationship. You know, even though you want to be in one. I definitely want to have a relationship, especially a sexual one. More than that, though, I want to have sex, and I want to do it like professionally, like for like porn. So that's different. It's not really about having like it's a different kind of thing. Like, it's not about like dating. I don't want to date someone. I just want to like work together with people. And that work happens to be sex work. So, you know, I want to experience that. I want to try it. I want to know what it's like to be a professional actress. And you know, I want to cheat. You know, obviously I need to make a living, but it's more than that. You know, it's like there's plenty of things I could try to do, and you know, I you know, that one seems to be the biggest fit for me. And honestly, historically, for trans people, it's been like liberating for trans women, particularly. Doing adult work is like extremely liberating for many trans women. Because it's like in most parts of society, people won't really accept us as part of the group, but they will accept us as sex workers, which is kind of, it's kind of a good thing and it's kind of a bad thing. But like people will jack off to us in private. You know, like that's a normal thing that people do. And I really think they should adjust their approach, not be so secretive about it. And they should, you know, celebrate us. I mean, we're very beautiful. And people are really, really attracted to us. And I think that's fun. That shouldn't be so like stigmatized. I don't know why it is. It's really degrading to trans women when people say like, oh, well, you're into trans women. What are you, some kind of freak or whatever? Like people are like that. And it's like, what you saying that being attracted to me makes somebody a freak? Like, what the hell? Like, it's really rude.
Trust in the process.
But you know, I'm not super glued to like being with another person. Like I'm perfectly fine being single. You know, I do want to have sexual partners, but I want to do, you know, if I can do that for work, you know, like being an actress, doing that. And, you know, it is a performance, so it's different than actually, you know, having an intimate relationship. But I don't really want a relationship right now. I want to be a professional. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to have like a romantic or sexual long-term relationship with someone. I'd be much happier if we just worked together. Because to me, like, I just want to make good content, and I want to have fun doing it. And I also, it's going to be hard work sometimes, not always going to be fun. But like I said earlier, you know, sometimes it's like I consent even though I'm not fully like into it. Because it's like, because I, you know, especially if it's like for a job, that's different. You know, it's like, you know, it's going to be on camera. It's going to be there forever. And so it's like, I only have to do it once. And if I'm willing to do that, you know, I go by moment to moment, but you know, it's like, I'm more than willing to do that. And I just don't know how to find the work. But nice work on the Arisa.
Payload in motion. Stay in motion. Accepting a number of circumstances, of course.
Have forward. Ice. Let me help you with that. I'm ready.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Looking better already.
Pain is inevitable.
Here it comes.
Woohoo!
Now boost. Ice wall coming up.
The payload moves. Now to monitor.
No recovery.
Barrier is nearly spent.
I can protect you.
Behind you.
Shields buckling.
Barrier.
Thanks.
I see a hostile.
Barrier down. Get back.
Payload moves towards its predicted
Have
outcome.
caught in a storm. Get in there,
Barrier has
bud.
fallen.
Barrier activated.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Shields up.
Surrender to my will.
I was trying to get the Sigma. Hey, what's up, Dav? Davo. You gonna join the Dabo table? There's Dabo girl over here playing some Overwatch. People always like acting like being a Dabo girl like makes you immediately like this lesser human, or that you're like stupid or it's like, dude, some people like being a Dabo girl. Okay, like what's wrong with being like, you know, more flirty and kind of using more like sexualized behavior, and like what's wrong with that? Like why does that, you know, how's that any different than any other kind of work? And it's like people see like sex work as some kind of like thing that's wrong or like undeserving of respect. And it's like, why? Like where the hell do all these things come from? Like, I mean, I know that they come from like traditional or like religious beliefs or whatever, but it's like, where does that come from? Like where the hell does this shit come from? Like, why do people feel so much shame over sex? Like, come on. Smells and mold in kitchen. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird, dude. People are weird. I mean, I clean the mold like the best I can. It's just, it's a trailer and it's like kind of fucked up, and I'm trying to get out of here. Okay, like I don't know why people think that I'm just gonna live here forever. Like, it comments like, you know, from the most intelligent, well-adjusted people on the planet, right? It's very, very high IQ people who leave comments on videos and streams. Very high IQ, very sophisticated. GG, guys.
Play of the game.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I'm just like chilling, playing some Overwatch. I'm just kind of enjoying, you know, I'm like, basically Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I try to treat like, you know, the weekend. It's kind of when I, you know, I'm not working. You know, I'm really just like kind of hanging out, doing whatever. Lately I've been playing Overwatch. I really do need to kind of, I do this thing where it's like when I do introduce something new into my life, like as a routine or whatever, I kind of really fixate on it. And stuff like Overwatch, like I put a bunch of time initially, and then over time I kind of like relax a bit. And I'm kind of getting there pretty soon. But basically, you know, I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff, and then kind of Overwatch kind of like sidetracked me a bit from like, basically I was like doing a lot of writing. I want to try to avoid watching YouTube and stuff, and even watching like TV shows. Like I do watch like I was watching like WandaVision like last night, and you know, I'll binge TV shows and stuff like that. But I do want to take time just to like not do anything, like no gaming, no movies, no books, like just sit there and just kind of let my mind like relax, because I can't really feel like I have any creative energy to like write to like write like articles and like my short stories and my novel, because I am trying to work on my writing, and that's in addition to like just plain journaling, which journaling is really important for my therapy. And so like I've kind of fell out of that since playing Overwatch, but it's okay. I trust myself, and I know that like eventually I'm gonna, you know, I'm actually getting really close, and actually tonight I'm gonna make an effort to like not watch TV shows, and instead I'm just gonna kind of meditate a bit, and then I'm gonna write my journal later tonight, without having like a bunch of mental stimulation from like Netflix or whatever. And I know it's kind of boring, but it's really important to me. I know it's kind of like just boring. Nobody cares. Whatever. I mean, I guess people care, so I'm wrong about that, but...
Let me help you with that.
I overextended over there.
No sweat. Just try again.
I don't know. In the end of the day, everything should work out fine. I think I over fixate on like my activities and like my routine and like the things I do, and I get so like worked up, and I feel guilty sometimes when I shouldn't. It's perfectly fine for me to relax and not hyper fixate on like always grinding and trying to like do something quote unquote productive, which like that's like the stupidest, like most ironically most unproductive thing you could do is this chase of like, I need to be productive, I need to be doing something to better my life or better my career or like that. It's already known like through lots and lots of research, like that is not going to help. Like it's not going to make things better. In fact, it's going to contribute a lot to negative outcomes for your mental health. So I need to like, sometimes I just need to like be lazy. Sometimes I need to like play video games. And that's kind of why I try to focus on it.
Score 1-0.
So like playing Overwatch and just getting lost and just like, you know, just relaxing, like that's actually like one of the most productive things I could be doing. But for some reason I'm like, oh, but I'm not writing. I feel like I'm not working on my writing. It's like, okay, like
The world is a
trust
dream.
yourself, Rebecca. Like you're gonna do fine. Like it hasn't even been that long that you've been missing your writing schedules. So it's like all I have to do is like, I'm already gonna get back on it tonight, so I don't have to worry about it. And I'm gonna not watch any TV shows or anything. You know, I don't know, like I just have this idea that like everything, I get so fixated on like the moment and like what's happening in the moment. And I keep having this difficult time like assessing like how much time has actually gone by. Sometimes like I feel like I've like neglected something for like a long time, but it's only been like 3 days. And that's like, it's barely even, like it's not even an issue. But I made it an issue because I'm so hyper fixated on it, and then I make it into a different kind of problem. And it's like, come on, like it's perfectly fine not to be writing 100% of the time. In fact, like it's better if you don't write 100% of the time. I need to like create mental space to be able to write. I need to like take a breath. And so it's like, you know, that's why like, you know, it's good to like not always be watching TV shows, but sometimes it's good to watch TV shows. Like, especially since I'm like overly worked up over like certain things. Come on. Oh, come on. I almost got him.
I'll try a different approach. Looking better already.
Heroes never die.
Meteor strike.
Wow.
Careful. I'll come if you know.
Jeez.
I'll remember that for next time.
Charging. Step right up.
Such a lack
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
of harmony. Shields up.
Behind you.
Oh no. I don't want to die.
That
That's not gonna stop me. We are in alignment. Form up.
Death ain't on my doorstep.
I am on my
I'm
way.
here to support.
My ultimate is almost
I
ready.
am with you.
Amplifying your power.
That feels good.
They're all over me. Rally to me!
You know,
No sweat. Just try again.
Over there. I claim the objective.
Overtime.
hmm. GG.
Play of the game.
Nice. GG. Yeah, that was a good play by Low Kilo. Yeah, I don't yeah, I don't know. It's just like sometimes sometimes people just kind of confuse me. You know, like I just I do know that like most people probably feel the same way I do about things, but for some reason it's like I just can't believe that. I don't know why. It's like I just can't seem to see. Like I keep putting like other people to like this like I keep giving people so much credit where I give myself like none. And it's like I don't know. I think it's pretty normal for people to do, but like I'm so harsh on myself.
Select your hero.
And I have this like idea that like everyone else knows what they're doing and that they're perfect and they're really like have like a handle on things when that's not the case at all. Like in fact, most people are just like really confused or even scared. You know, and the people who aren't, like either they actually have no reason to be scared or whatever, or they do know what they're doing really well, or they're delusional. So like there's people who are like extremely confident in themselves, but they're actually like, you know, Dunning-Kruger kind of thing. They're actually just delusional. And then there's people who are like actually like have a handle on their life, but even those people you'll notice is like,
That's just the way I like it.
I don't know, a lot of the time people who are like really capable of doing things, they understand though that like they still don't know all the answers. Like I don't know all the answers to life, you know. In fact, like I don't think there are answers. I think that thinking about it that way is detrimental. It should not be about like life isn't a video game. Like I know that it's so easy for humans to see like a linear like progression of like, oh, you know, you do this and then you improve and then you improve, like it's a video game or something. But like life doesn't really work that way. Like it never really has. You like my positive thoughts and your communication skills? Well, that's good to know. Thank you. I think it's just like there's got to be a different way of seeing like life. Because instead of like, oh, you know, like it's some kind of like challenge or some kind of like mountain that you have to climb. I think it's like it's so easy for people to see life as like this mountain. They're like, oh, you have to get to the top of the mountain. You know, you have to, you know, go to college. You have to get this job. You have to like, you know, have kids or whatever. And it's like, well, you know, that is one destination. But like, there's so many different ways of being a human. And it's like, why are we seeing it as some kind of mountain? It means that like anybody who doesn't doesn't fit that mountain suddenly seems like a failure. And that's not the case. Just because someone lives a different life than someone else doesn't mean they're like better or worse. And that might be the case, you know, depending on the situation, but you know, I don't know. It's like considering like this whole idea that if somebody hasn't gotten married by the time they're 30 or had kids or whatever, that somehow they failed at life. Like, that's such a toxic belief. Like, so abusive to the people who are like, you know, not everybody wants kids. I don't want kids. And I had orchiectomy, and, you know, I was going to have I'm going to have bottom surgery anyway, like full bottom surgery. So eventually I would have lost entirely the ability to reproduce, and I already have. It's already too late. I mean, but I mean, to me, it's good riddance. That means that 100% I won't make kids. I won't be able to reproduce, like 100%. I already don't have to worry about that anymore. Like, that's just something that's like just a fact of my life, is I can't get anyone pregnant and I can't get pregnant. So like that's a huge load off my mind.
I can still reach you. Placing shield.
Oh, come on. They didn't finish off. Come on, fish them off. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, I don't know, like trying to see life as some kind of mountain or some kind of destination or some kind of like comparison or some kind of game. Like, I don't think that's very useful. And it's like, life is so much more nuanced, and it's like, I think people are so focused on the things that are like not going to, it's like, it's not that they're right or wrong. It's that they're thinking about the situation in a way that kind of limits your outcomes. Like, it kind of limits the conclusions that you're going to come to when you think about things a certain way. It's like, maybe if you frame the question differently. Like, what is the question? Is the question what does a successful life look like? Or is the question what makes you fulfilled? Or is the question what is the best you can do to be a positive member of society? Like, there's all sorts of different ways to look at like the motivations for our daily interactions with people and the things that we do to live our lives. Like, you know, there's a reason why we do the things we do, and we have some kind of like question we're trying to answer about ourselves, and it's going to be different depending on the person. But I think the first step is recognizing that like the questions you ask about life will definitely determine like the actions you take. Because if you're trying to answer certain questions, then everything that you do is going to be towards that. So if your question is like, how do I make the most money? Well, then there's going to be certain realities about the world that you're going to be fixated on, because that's the only thing that you're focused on, is making money. But if you ask yourself, how do I live a fulfilling life? That may be about money, but that's only part of the equation. It's like, if you're making a ton of money, but you sacrificed, you know, other things that make you fulfilled, like maybe like you sacrificed starting a family so that you can make more money. But what if being fulfilled was like you wanted to start a family? Well, then you would be better off making slightly less money, but living having a career that facilitates having a family, rather than trying to like, you know, just focus only on making money. GG. So it's like, I don't know, it's like when you ask different questions about why you do things and about your life, you're going to end up with completely different versions of what an ideal reality should be. And I really do think that we design our own lives. Like, it's in my Twitter bio, like, we design our own lives. Like, what does that even mean? So like, you know, it's like when you pursue something, everything that you do in your life is like it reflects, like it influences your inspiration for doing anything is going to influence every single action you take in your life. And so if your goal is to be like, it doesn't, you know, whether or not you achieve the goal, it's about like why, like the things that you're doing to achieve the goal. So it's like, if your goal is to be like a YouTuber, well, then you're going to have to start making YouTube videos. that makes sense, right? So if you want to be a YouTuber, you make YouTube videos. And you try to make better videos. You try to analyze, like, you know, and then you're like, okay, well, what else can I do? Well, you can also go watch other people's YouTube videos, see what's working for them. You know, look at the kind of comments that people are asking. Is there something is there something in your niche that you could be, you know, doing differently? You know, there's all sorts of questions, and the things that are gonna determine your actions are the questions you're asking and your intention behind them.
It is turning obsolete.
That's parenthood for you.
So basically, that's why, like, whenever I see someone in chat just come in and start asking about trans women in sports, I already know that they're right off the bat, they're not here to like have a discussion about trans women in sports. They're here to demean trans people. That's their intention. So if I translate that to like, if my intention is to have is to be able to feel safe and to have you know, and to have a social life, a healthy social life, and to you know, have a career that allows me to work with people and make great, you know, great work together, and just enjoy life. My goal isn't necessarily to make a ton of money. My goal is to have a career that's going to facilitate me living a happier life.
No sweat. Just
Yeah, you like listen to a woman that is strong and know better. Yeah, I mean, like, I have my own perspective on life. You know, I have my own experience, and nobody can know it more than me. But then there's other people who have their own experience, and I can't know it more than them. And I think when we, like, start listening to people and stop treating it as a competition or some mountain that we have to climb, then it's like people seem a lot less like a problem. Like, people seem like a lot, like, people aren't your enemy. Like, it's not this huge competition to like who has the most body count or whatever. When people are talking about that, how many people have you had sex with or whatever, when you see it as like a competition, suddenly everybody is your enemy. But when you see it as like, hey, like, we're all just trying to live our best life, and my goals don't necessarily, me achieving victory doesn't mean someone else lost, that we can both win. And, you know, it's like my goals are very different than someone else's. And we could even be doing the same job. We could even be in the same career. We could even be working together and doing the same things. But if the intention of somebody is like, I'm raising money so I can pay for my medical bills, you know, for like a family member that has cancer or something like that, that's very different than somebody who's trying to raise money so they can invest in the stock market. You know, like, because they want to like have more control over their money, and like, you know, like their goal of making the money is based on like a different kind of goal. Both people can make the same amount of money, but the reason why the person is making money changes their decisions. And, you know, it means it's more than just about money. Like, you know, what if they could find like a better health insurance, or, you know, then they would get a job that gave that insurance, so that, or that like applied to like a family member or whatever, you know, like, I don't know, there's all sorts of things that can influence. You need one more? Yeah, you want to play next round? Darius? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to you earlier. I think like previous stream that I was doing Overwatch. You wanted to play, and I think I left before you came back. So it'd be nice to play together.
trust in the process.
And earlier I was trying out doing an ASMR stream. It was kind of interesting. I'm just gonna say, like, compared to the other work I do, like, I would much rather put my time into that. But if I had more viewers on Twitch, then maybe that would be a good thing. I don't know, because I'm trying to think about my career from a whole. You know, obviously I can make more viewership and more money on a different website, but I also need to take care of this part of my life too, which is the streaming part. It's not a huge priority most of the time, but it is something I want to think about, which is like, you know, I do have a different audience, you know, my audience here, and trying to build an audience here, which is very different than the audience from my main platforms. Yeah, I mean, that's all we really can do. I mean, you can't control me. You literally can't, so it's fine.
I'll remember that for next time.
those monsters? Are those aliens or monsters? Or monsters? Or monster aliens? Or alien monsters? This is a very difficult, intelligent conversation about whether or not they're aliens or monsters. You know, yeah, I don't know. A lot of the time, though, it's like I feel like there's a lot of work I need to do, and I kind of take ownership of, you know, there's a lot of things that I am doing my best to do, and there's things that I know I need to be doing, but that I'm not like very like for my mental health. Like it's really difficult to do certain things, so I try to like look at the whole picture. I'm not just trying to make money. I'm not just trying to get like, you know, there's more to life than my career. And what's the point of having a career if I sacrifice my mental health? And so I'm trying to like, there's this whole like mixture of intention behind every action I take. And I don't know, I think it's a lot of the time I just overthink things. Also, I'm also just trying to fill in dead air. So I'm like trying to talk about whatever. I mean, there's obviously a reason why I'm talking about this instead of something else, so it must be important to me for some reason, in some level. That's really chaotic. That was really chaotic battle right there. Hey, Blonde Spot, Bloodsport. Hey, Bloodspot. I miss you. Miss you, Bloodspot. Welcome back. We're just kind of talking about like basically what drives people, like some people just kind of float through life. They don't really know why they're doing what they're doing, and that's kind of a different problem. But it is a problem, you know. They might be doing really well, like they might have like a good paying job, they might have like a family they take care of, everything's fine like on the outside, but like they have no idea like why they they have like no idea like why they're doing, like they have no direction. They don't really know why they're doing what they're doing. They just know like, oh well, I'm doing fine, I got money in the bank or whatever, but they're not really happy for some reason, and they try to look at like, oh well, maybe I just need to eat this different food, or I need to like take vitamins, or I need to try doing this new yoga or something like that. And like, yeah, I mean, it's great to try that and be healthy, but I feel like there's more to it than that. Like you can't just like mix and match different treatments. I don't know why people get it stuck in their head. I guess it's like consumerism. Like people get it stuck in their head that if you have a problem, there's just like a copy paste solution, that like if you take this pill or you take this or whatever, or if you do this, that it'll fix it. And it's like not everything works that black and white. You can't just fix everything. And also some things aren't broken. And so like I think it's one of those things where it's like people might be having like a really hard time with their life, but they don't really know what it is, and instead of trying to investigate it, they try to like say like, oh well, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, if I take this supplement or something, that'll make me feel better because, you know, all these other people they felt better after taking it. And then yeah, you might feel better, but that's still like the reason you're upset is a bigger problem. Like it might be because maybe you're not satisfied with your job, or maybe you're not communicating in your relationship, or, you know, all sorts of different things. Maybe you just need to play more Overwatch. I don't know. It can be any number of things. But I think trying to get to the bottom of like why you do the things that you do, and like, is there something that you're doing that you could be doing differently? Or if you think about it differently. Anyway, Darius, I don't know if you're still here. What's your battle tag, Darius? You don't write so much because English? I mean, it's not your native language. That's fine. I just talk a lot. It's fine. Don't worry about a thing, Bloodspot. You're fine. You're good. We're just chilling. And I'm trying to fill a dead air, you know? All right. Invitation successfully sent. Successfully. Oh, there's... Oh, oops. I see. You did Darisu instead of Darius. It's King Darius, not King Darisu. Okay, there you go. Hey, what's up, Darius? Do you hear me? Hello. Testing, testing, testing. Do you have push to talk or something?
Game.
Hey, what's up, Darius?
Nothing.
You ready to play?
Yeah.
Cool. Welcome to the stream.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I was on this earlier and I was like, how to get off of this. I lost too many games earlier.
Well, I mean, not everyone's into ASMR. I do all sorts of different types of content, so not everybody's into it. What are you up to today?
Nothing really. I just got off YouTube.
What kind of YouTubers do you usually watch?
I am Wildcat, Delirious, Vanos. Then it's like random people. I just watch sometimes.
Yeah, I usually just like watch like a lot of stuff like streamer TV or like basically like Twitch clips and like Moist Critical or like Destiny or like Hassan. I don't know, I kind of distance myself a lot from the more political stuff, but it just gets so exhausting, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I still pay attention to the creators, because it's like, I'm in the scene, you know? So it's like, we're trying to be in the scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got you. Understand.
When are you coming back for good?
I'm trying
I like to keep up to date with like what people are doing.
I've been patient for
Like
years,
Ludwig
but
or
after a while,
XQC.
Yeah, same with you.
What's up?
Who do you usually watch on Twitch?
Random people. I am gonna hold you. Random. It's not the same people. It's random.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. But I pretty much just be like, well, I watch anybody whoever lives on my friends list, who I add or follow, pretty much, and that's a bad idea.
Come here. I can heal you. Come to me for heal. The air.
But who you like to use all the time? I'm not gonna win that. It's okay.
I got the Sigma.
Wait, okay. I got jump back in here with me.
Increasing altitude.
He's in the room. But who you like to use all the time?
What?
I said, what character you like to use?
Usually I play Brigitte on support, but I play Pharah on DPS. But if I'm actually kind of surprised we got damage when I did all role. Usually if I do any role, it just puts me in support or tank. So I play Diva.
Okay.
What was that?
Always more to learn.
Now, I was gonna say, I mostly do tank a lot, because I'm always like the tank person out of my friend group. He's one tap. Alright. Because I used to play support on Overwatch 1 all the time, so I got tired of playing support sometimes.
Oh, I'm pretty much new with Overwatch 2, so it's like...
Okay.
I actually really enjoy playing support. I like playing Brigitte.
I can't. That's not me.
Well, I mean, if you prefer tank, I mean... Who do you play as tank?
Sigma?
Who? Oh, you play Sigma?
They outnumber us.
Yeah, I'm a main with Sigma.
You're one of those Sigma males?
Yeah. It's
But,
not him, it's Wrecking Ball too.
Have you heard of the new hero they're adding? Ligma?
Yeah. That's his name? I didn't fully understand his name, but like...
I think it's like Raffart or Rafflefart or something. Like Rabbergast or something.
He's supposed to be nice.
He looked pretty sick.
Oh, look at a good tank here. Yeah, his ultimate is like, it's gonna be broken because you could pretty much bring Pharah down and slow down Tracer. So that's good right there.
Yeah, it's basically like a non-hit scan, like melee, like extended melee attack, isn't it?
Okay, my head's in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what it looks like. He basically just has like extended range, like punching and stuff.
That's true. I was going to it, man. Yeah, I can't wait for him to come out. Then they bringing back a lot of good skins, so I can't wait for that to come out.
Your end is within my reach. Your end is within my reach. All systems know.
I suck so much at doing damage.
I feel like damage can be hard sometimes because you got everybody focus on you doing it. If it's not support, it's damage really. That's getting picked on a lot.
Let the kitsune guide you.
Yeah, my kill. Thank you. Yeah, my kill too. Thank you. Don't you run for me.
Always more to learn.
You are my kill. You're not killing me.
I still have some.
Oh wow.
Taking to the air.
I gotta get help. So what made you play Overwatch?
I have an IRL friend who got me into it.
Okay.
It was my friend Brandon. He was actually on the stream the other day. We were playing Overwatch, He goes by Brand Muffins on Battle.net.
The skies await.
He's also
Nice
Brando
name,
the
love it.
Commando.
Love the name.
Rains from above.
Sigma is dead. No tank. Try to the left side, so be
I
careful.
don't stay down. Aerial positioning. They outnumber us. Keep it tight.
Not quite, Genji. Not.
Defeat.
I didn't know you
Nah.
died.
Oops.
Play of the game.
Whoops. I had the wrong copy paste in there.
Surrender to
fine.
my will.
I was gonna start doing that, but I was like, I'm too lazy to type it in and like actually keep typing it in.
Oh, I just copy pasted. It's fine. And obviously, there's always going to be a person who's like, nobody cares. I've literally gotten like new viewers from doing this though, so it's.
Mhm.
Some people are
Pretty
just
much
so
have to get
negative.
back in Minecraft to get more views. I get views on this, but not a lot.
No, I don't know. Well, first of all, like, I don't know, streaming isn't really going to bring in views at all. So, but it is nice getting new people to see your, see your, like, basically, I just want people to see my Twitter profile. And
Just builds me up.
the more people who follow me
Okay.
on Twitter, the better everything goes. So if I get anybody to go to my Twitter, then there's a chance that I can make some kind of progress.
Zip for the pulse.
Okay.
It's kind of like it's a numbers thing. I just need as many people as possible. So obviously some people are gonna think it's stupid or be negative, but there's gonna be a good percentage of people that are like, hey, I'm gonna check this person out. Oh, this person's a streamer on Twitch, and like, oh wow, like I'm gonna like give her a follow.
Oh yeah. Nah, don't do that to yourself.
Already. I can protect you.
The barrier has fallen.
Much longer. Here, take this. Barrier down. Get back.
Potential.
Barrier down. Get back.
Ooh, Anna kill me?
I'll remember that for next time.
I hate that we get in the game that it just starts. It's
Oh,
what I hate.
we filled in for somebody who disconnected or something.
Yeah.
Surrender to my will.
I will say this is why I play rank more, but like I gotta stop playing rank because
No one
I'm playing with sweaties on there.
here for you.
Cybernetics regulated.
Shields under fire.
Cannot escape me.
The barrier is weak.
There we go.
Looking better
30
already.
seconds remaining.
We've wasted enough time.
Oh, you lucky I got no rock. I see got you.
There is method in this madness.
In this room.
Misery made manifest.
Or is it up top?
Objective A captured. Escort the payload.
Helping you recover.
Actuating the barrier.
I'm under attack.
Lost in the cosmos.
What?
That's a waste.
No sweat.
Uh,
Just try again. Special delivery.
The barrier cannot withstand much more.
Rally to me. Gianthus.
Barrier is gone.
Shields buckling.
It appears we have suffered a minor setback.
The barrier is weakened.
Here, take this.
The payload advances. Adore.
Sending care your way. Barrier down. Get back.
The barrier has been overwhelmed.
Your resilience is lacking.
Revive me for a second. Oh, because it's the same, and it's so sad. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's our junk rat.
Trust in the
No, that,
process.
yeah.
Pass into the iris.
Barrier unsuccessful.
My will.
Good looking out for me. Special delivery. Racing.
Railgun powered and ready to fire.
I have a new plan this time.
Not to be academic, but I believe
Ladies and gentlemen,
I can protect you. I'll come and be bra.
Oh, he's got a mess out of me.
I'm under fire. Here, take this.
Plus you kill Anna in here. I'm like, oh, wait. That's not 3 kills.
Shield buckling. Nice try.
they're numerically superior.
10 seconds remaining.
It's funny, friends. We're all
Looking
about
better
to
already.
Attack!
This ends now.
is that melody?
Helping you recover.
The cure for
All things are in order.
Taking heavy fire. Follow me. Rally to me. Much longer.
Okay, okay. Get her, get her.
no recovery.
I'll cover you.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Lending a hand.
I needed that. Here, take this.
I see a hostile.
Barrier initialized.
A cure for
Cover
all
the
the
payload.
days.
We're moving out. Sending care your way.
A sip for the parched.
Make sure to wave to the parade goers.
Shoot. Shoot. I'm about to switch.
I'm under attack. Let's move the payload together. Let me take care of that for you.
Damn that Reinhardt.
Yeah, that's why I like pushing on him. That's the only reason he could kill people.
60 seconds remaining.
What I hate is when I'm trying to heal people and like they like run around behind a wall like right before I got the heal off and then they die. Like
Cover the payload.
Yeah, that's what I do sometimes. I can't even say nothing.
Surrender to my will.
The payload is approaching its destination.
What is that
30 seconds
melody?
remaining.
GG.
Damn.
Victory. Play of the game.
What?
Nice, you got best play.
The barrier has fallen.
Oh yeah, I killed 3. I was 2.
You shall return.
Yeah.
Nice, battle pass level 32.
Nice. Yeah, I got 6 days left to try to max out this battle pass. We're fully maxed out.
Oh, is that the end of the season?
Yep. Let me get the Christmas update.
Oh, there's gonna be like a Christmas event or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So, what they do is so if you look at the skins, and if some skins are locked because they're only for events or holidays skins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they still do it, but Overwatch 1 was like, if you want a Christmas skin, you have to pay like a Christmas update to use that. I mean, to buy that Christmas skin.
You're still hiding. When are you coming back for good?
I'm trying,
I
Vivian.
think they have one for Halloween. I'm
Be
not sure.
patient with me.
I've been patient for years. What's a little while longer?
Kind of wish you played Overwatch 1. You'll see the big difference.
Well, I did play Overwatch 1 before. I played like I played for like maybe 10 hours or something.
Okay.
I mostly played Anna. But I switched to Brigitte, and then as an alt I play Kiriko. But usually in games like League or Overwatch, I'll pick like a few heroes for each. Like I'll pick a hero for each role, and I'll just kind of stick with it. Like I'll just play one I like, you know. It's like there's no real rhyme or reason to it. And some people are like get super sweaty about it. It's like
I am when it comes to ranks because I actually trying to be the best out there, and plus seeing myself getting better because when I was playing Overwatch 1 I wasn't that good. I didn't play rank, but like since I play rank now because a bunch of people is new, so I have a chance to play with people who's new or who just started like me.
Okay.
Because I think I'm gonna put like 50 hours on this game, really. Overwatch 1, not 2. Oh, Diva. Yeah, I can't use her. I don't know how you get this slide. She's flying.
Oh, I love playing Diva. I like sliding in with L shift and then using the ult, and then like making the self destruct like shoot forward. Like it's hella cool.
Yes, I've seen a bunch of videos like that. I can't argue. I use more, and I'm not a slide on top of high buildings and get behind people. Look at the Morris, she's right here.
Oh, and this Diva's using my Diva skin too.
The skies await.
Who's here? Hello, McCree. I'm McCree. What's your name? I forgot your name is.
My name? Rebecca. Oh, Farah?
No. The person that's killed. Reaper. I can't think of his name on top of his head. No, Reaper, I'm sorry, Reaper, I'm sorry.
Hey, what's up, Reddit videos? Playing some Overwatch with King Darius.
You don't have your ultimate?
Huh?
Reaper, I thought he had his ultimate. Oh, he only got 3 kills. That's the only person I probably like don't want to fight one-on-one is Reaper, because he could get his health by hitting you.
Oh.
So it's like a life steal with him.
I'm good, Reddit.
All night for this mission. Well, maybe I gained a little too.
You play Fortnite? No, I uninstalled Fortnite. I have a few people I was playing some Battle Royale games with, so I was playing Warzone 2.0.
I've seen this game before. I like this. I've seen people with the B skin or some other skin. This is nice.
Capture the objective.
Teleporter materialized.
I think like if I'm gonna play Battle Royale, I got Warzone 2.0 and I got Apex Legends. I decided to uninstall Fortnite. I'm like, I don't really want to play it. Plus it was taking up a lot of disk space. That wasn't really the main reason.
Taking damage.
It's just like, why do I need so many games I don't play?
Establishing
I mean, I like the idea of having it installed in case someone wanted to play it. But at the same time, it's like, well, I do need disk space, and I was basically used up my whole hard drive to install video games. And I'm like, I'm not even playing half of them. It's only like a very small handful of games that I enjoy playing. So it's like, I don't know, I think it's like, you know,
Let's show him some air power.
quality over quantity kind of thing. Only 30 gigabytes? I mean, maybe, but...
Enemy turret ahead.
Oh, I gotta be on the lookout. My food delivery might be here soon. Okay.
Be careful, they got a turret out there that's gonna shoot you out the sky.
And away.
Have you tried the zero builds? Yeah, I've done zero build on Fortnite. I don't know, I just wasn't really too into it. And I'm like, if I'm gonna play a battle royale, like let me just play like Warzone. And then, you know, I have a lot of Discord friends who play it. I don't really know anyone who plays Fortnite. So it's like it's hard. Lately, I've actually been really trying to find games that I can actually play with other people. And so far, I have an IRL friend and a couple of viewers. Like right now, I'm playing with King Darius, one of my viewers. And you know, like playing with people on Discord or playing with IRL friends. You know, playing Overwatch is pretty good. I have another IRL friend who plays League.
Taking to the air.
Yeah, Warzone is pretty fun. I just I'm not super good at games, and also there's like a lot to learn, and it's just really kind of hard. And I'm not really too used to the battle royale format. I think if people play battle royale a lot, they're probably more used to it.
Score 1
If
to 1.
I guess I'm not trying to be on the ground.
Yeah, that's what I don't like using her. Just stuff like that. It's so weird to use her. But it's easy to kill though. Like fly in the air, shoot one person. Just, or what?
No, sometimes I'm hella good.
Let me take the hit.
Food's here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
I still have 12 kills since the first round. I cannot pass. I could destroy his turret. If he said that turret, I could destroy it and I could actually help out.
Oh, sorry, I had to go answer the door. I get like a food delivery every week.
I want some food. Sharing is caring. This diva off of me before I really sweat so hard just to kill you, and no, you're not getting off of me. Goodness.
No, it's like super healthy food. It's good for like diabetics.
Okay. I seen videos on TikTok and Instagram that like the new food thing they have going now that's supposed to be like way healthier for you.
Yeah, I mean everybody should eat healthy. It should be affordable and easily accessible. I don't have to pay for this. It actually comes through my insurance or something. Like like I had to get a referral to get onto it. It's a very like it's only like a local program, and like you have to get like a doctor referral.
Okay.
For like being diabetic or something.
Got you. Oh, I did not mean to put you down for sure, but oh well.
It's not usually like a big deal or a huge part of my life, but I am diabetic, and sometimes it's like, oh, I'm reminded, like, oh shit, I'm diabetic. I forget. But it's like it is a real thing that's like going on in my life. So it's like
I got you.
Going somewhere?
but I got super healthy though, and I got my my A1C, it's like for non-diabetics, it's like 5.5 to 6.5, and I got mine down to 7, which is like the healthy range for diabetics. So it's like I've been working pretty hard. And
Okay, that's good. So, what type of food did I give you?
it's like super, like it's got like kale or spinach, and it's got like quinoa, and like the grains they use are like a lot better. Like it's not just like white rice. It's like they use like quinoa, and there's like broccoli and like fish, or like peppers, and it's just like all like super like healthy food, like vegetables and stuff.
Oh, okay. Do you pick your food out, or they just send you random food?
No, it's run by volunteers, and they have like a couple different dinners they send.
Got you. Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, I mean it tastes pretty good, but I mean it does taste. I mean it is health food, so it's like it doesn't have like super amazing taste or whatever. I think it's pretty good. And now this person's saying we do have a tank, apparently. I don't know.
You got it. Yeah, if I ain't had Diva on me my back 24 hours, all my death came from Diva. She saw me with her team up. I'm 111. That is okay, I guess. I see somebody maxed out in Battle Pass. I'm like, bro, I can't not be maxed out.
What do you mean maxed out?
So the Battle Pass that everybody sees is up to, what is it, 50 or 55?
Oh, like they have maxed out Battle Pass.
Yeah, but after you pass that, you gotta hit 100. Yeah, you gotta hit 90. You gotta hit 80, 90, 100, something, 120, 135, 155, 175, and 200. I think 200 is the highest for the Battle Pass. But I'm in the middle of, I'm like 111. That's when
my camera's frozen.
People with Nomad, Street Turner, stuff like that underneath their names.
Traveling to New Queens.
I just hit it this week with this Battle Pass.
Oh, there. Camera should be back. Oh, oops. What's...
Breaking me
Oh,
down
this
just
person
builds
alive.
me up.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that, Reddit videos. Yeah, kind of just like a chill stream, just kind of gaming and...
Hello.
Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
My ultimate is charging. Here, for you.
I offer something
The enemy has returned to life.
Shields buckling.
Objective unlocked.
Barrier down. Get back. Pushing forward.
Stay put.
new plan this time.
Remarkable distance. Shall we keep going?
Okay, I'm back. My fault.
Pain is inevitable.
You're back in it.
You cannot defeat me.
Shield under fire.
And despair.
Barrier is nearly spent.
I'll come every
Barrier
blow.
is gone.
Barrier down. Get back.
Barrier
Special
is
delivery.
splintering.
No one can hide from my sight.
Persistence is always.
It's my fault.
That was weird. I don't know why I kept running.
No, I heard her behind, but I didn't know she was fighting you. So I was like, okay, let me see what's going on.
Spawn activated.
Enemy turret ahead.
Are you staying? I will.
The enemy
Come
is
on
placing
now, I'm a
turrets
more
here.
man. I know what you're doing. Go work on me.
Bracing
The
shield.
robot has been taken from us.
Shields buckling. I'm taking it. Barrier down. Get back.
Surrender to my will.
That's the wrong person, but we'll take it.
The robot is in our possession.
Such is the price of
Nice, nice, nice.
Pushing the barricade.
Let me just show you the turret over here. Oh, we picked it up. Alright.
Pain is inevitable.
Enemy turret ahead. Have fought it.
The enemy has slain the robot.
Oh, don't, no, be careful. I was about to say, be careful.
This ends now.
Damn.
No sweat. Just try again.
The fight is imminent.
Nice kill.
Nice.
Behind. Shields under fire.
The milk of human kindness has
I am
Three
escorting
kills.
the robot.
She got 3? That's the highest I've seen.
Kinetic flux isn't quite ready yet. Lost to the cosmos. The barrier appears.
Let's get this on
No
the
one
road.
can hide from my sight.
Looking better already.
Barrier is nearly spent.
Barrier won't hold much longer.
Get off my teammate.
Shouldn't have come so close.
Enemy turret.
You're fucking it.
Barrier has been.
I really feel like.
Can't believe it.
Trust in the process.
Enemy turret in my sight.
Enemy turret
Approaching
destroyed.
the final destination.
Come get him.
Heavy fire.
beyond work.
Let me help you with that.
Dragon control.
Shields buckling.
Nice.
Victory.
Yeah, GG. Oh yeah, I forgot. You said you gotta copy and paste. That's easy for you. I'm on console.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I gotta type it.
Oh, Lucas liked my gameplay. Truly Lucas too. What? Yeah, I'm not finding that person's Twitch. Truly Lucas too.
Now traveling to Busan. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Oh, here he is. Bum 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 bum.
Breaking me down just builds me up.
A friend told me that you're getting rusty.
You don't have friends. Not all of us are scientists, but that's no reason to be careless.
Touch. Understood.
5, 4, 3,
Thanks.
2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Enemies in our orbit.
Pain is inevitable.
Jiu-Jitsu.
Thank you.
Taking heavy fire.
Barrier has been overwhelmed.
Shields under fire.
Resistance. Be nourished.
Sending care your way.
The objective is now
Barrier won't hold much longer.
What's the rush?
Fine. Oh.
A cure for all
You'll
the
fuck
days.
get it. I'll lead the way. Right the hand.
Your end is.
The objective must be taken. Barrier initialized.
Enemy. Time to tango.
Over there.
I'll cover you. Together
For the
now.
parched, I offer
I'm taking
something
damage.
more.
Have water.
Your end is within my reach.
Here, for you.
The barrier is weakened. My barrier is gone.
Objective placing shield. Jiu-Jitsu. Shields buckling. Sending care your way.
You're back. Did you miss me? You know, I missed you, James. Thank you for so much for your support. I'm playing Overwatch with King Darius now,
Remember that for next time.
one of my viewers. And I'm having really like a lot of fun. It's just kind of a chill, relaxing stream. Yeah, you didn't miss much, just Overwatch. And random ranting, as usual.
I'm at the objective. Rally to me.
Surrender to my will.
Oh, I didn't even get a heal off before I died. I always try to at least get a heal off before I die, because then it's like, at least somebody's healing, you know?
I'll try a different approach.
You winning? We've been winning some. and potentially gonna get a few new viewers every now and then. Like I post my Twitch stream after each game, and every now and then I get a new viewer.
Your strike. Actuating the barrier. Charging. Poisoning shock.
You cannot
As the
escape
area
me.
emerges from the chaos.
Helping you recover.
Burning brighter than
What's
a
the rush? This ends now.
What?
barrier unsuccessful.
Well, I'm glad that you're here, James.
It's go time.
James Jack 69. Hit the road, Jack.
Plan this time.
And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come Jack no more. Don't you come Jack no more? Oh no.
I'm under fire.
Back off.
Raising shield. I needed that.
Moving into position on the objective.
That takes the
What? Was I distracting them long enough for my pals?
a taste of poison.
I'll remember that for next time.
Fire in the hole!
Oh my
What the
God,
fuck?
thank you.
Surrender to my will.
Oh no. I like fell off the map.
I'll cover you.
What is McCree doing? Oh,
Trust in the process.
Oh, what's up, Joey? Your Reddit videos? That's awesome. Thank you for joining me on Twitch.
nice
Me.
work. It's fine. To my different tank, that tank was trash.
0 to 1.
Oh, I found his. What do you want me to send it to? I don't know
Huh?
if you want it or not. The
What?
one I typed in his Twitter.
Right or
Not his
wrong,
Twitter, his
I'm gonna finish this
his
war.
Twitch.
Oh, the guy from the last game?
Yeah, I found it.
Don't be afraid.
Oh, I don't think I don't think he was a streamer. I looked
found
up
somebody
and
like
he
this.
had no videos, and so I was like, I was hoping to find in a streamer, but I was like, oh, it's just a Twitch user.
1. Round 2.
Yeah, most people put their stuff up and now on the stream on there.
Tolerate anyone.
I can see if they gonna stream in the future, but like a lot just make up a name.
Shields up.
Yeah, I mean, or maybe they just like, in case they come to see my stream, they'll know who it is.
Help me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even think about it. I just, hey, I mean, any amount of exposure is exposure. Like, if I'm streaming and I'm like, hey, like, maybe someone will come by.
A different approach.
True.
May as well. I'll just do some farming.
Raising shield.
How do you hit the stupid wall? Could have survived.
A cure for all the tales.
Dieta.
Dum the cure.
Barrier down. Get back.
Receive my aid.
Where's my slam? I have a slam. Oh my god. I'm gonna be
That's not
locked
gonna
in.
stop me. I can protect you. Allt kommer bli bra.
On my way.
A taste of poison.
Shields under fire.
Getting our asses kicked.
Aim where they're going.
Not for long.
En gång till.
Fire in the
Time again to
Let me
try.
take care of that for you.
You tangled with
Come on, everyone.
back up! Oh, that's not right.
Hey, good looking out for me. EMP activated.
Surrender to my will.
I didn't mess you up.
I'm untouchable. Move here if you wish to be healed.
There's a test subject.
What did I do short of his?
Shields buckling. That's not gonna stop me.
Meteor strike!
Careful.
I've got you.
Yeah, the top damage and top kills.
I am getting a little tired. You want to play one more?
Sure.
It's go time.
And I want to get a game as tank. So if you,
Oh yeah, I can switch.
yeah, if you can switch roles, just for the last one. Because I played every role except tank today.
Alright. I think I have, actually, let me check. Double check. You have 114 or more. Y'all just beat this paying support.
Oops! Oh, damn it! Sorry, I pressed the wrong thing. I pressed the wrong thing, I'm sorry. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing.
Oh no, you good. See, it's nice when you got 5 people in your stream for Overwatch. I can get it for other game I play besides Overwatch.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the game, and it's really good to just, like, pick up and play, like, with people.
Yeah, I feel like it's better to play with people who got a mic and actually can call stuff out.
Oh yeah, I'm not even at that level yet though to like have like every single meta call out, you know.
Nah, I just for me, I'm on controller. I just hit the left D-pad for me to like on the person to let them know, or is somebody over there, McCree over there, or like record wall. But I don't do the call out. Like I do say I need healing, and I'll say hi or thanks sometimes. You'll see it sometimes, but like I don't actually know how to do all the call outs how most people do.
Time to save the world? Game on!
Safety's off.
Engaging thrusters.
Cruel world out there.
Ooh, I'm a wannabe DPS. I love this.
Neutralizing projectiles.
I love this game.
5, 4,
Yeah, it just like feels good to play. Like it's enjoyable.
objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
Yeah. I mostly like when I get irritated at playing rank when I'm streaming, I mostly just do arcade with other people and like I be chilling and having fun on there because we be having like 4 tanks, so like the whole team become a tank or a whole team become support. We just be playing around. I miss that.
Oh yeah, like the crazy game modes.
Yeah.
Objective unlocked.
I just be trying to chill sometimes. I'm tired of playing rank all the time. You slapped me.
Defense matrix.
I am tired of getting asleep. Like,
Mobilizing.
he's one.
High, high.
Oh, be careful.
어림없지.
They took him from us.
Pirate disengaging.
The enemy is pushing their barricades.
Robots here.
집중해야 돼.
Let me see if I know how to make a supporter.
They're moving the barricade.
If we're trying to...
Enemy sniper.
Claiming the robot. Close your eyes. Big stanger.
Wanna hit all your shots. Wanna hit all your shots. Come on now.
They took the robot. Get it back.
I see you. Patience and progress. Taking the lead. Feeling fortified.
Nice work. Nice.
Let's get going.
Gotta take notes on for you, cause I don't know if they do.
Cannot escape me.
Diving in.
Not within my reach.
Nerf this. Initializing systems.
We cannot allow them to take the robot.
준비된사람. Rally near the robot and keep pushing. 어림도 없지.
A cure for all the jails.
And get behind you. Remarkable. On the move.
Barricades moving out.
Nice kill. I should have killed you with monster.
In Tip MN. I'm here. Keep fighting.
HP max.
Over here.
Bionic healing ready for use.
Forward score.
Speeding up.
Pawn Phonics.
Gotta fail.
Not doing great.
Don't tilt, Hana. You got this.
Join. My ultimate is ready to be unleashed.
Surrender to
My will ready to deploy. Keep fighting.
That's a nice thing, Falco.
Engaging thrusters.
We have to meet their push until turbines are activated.
Engaging thrusters.
Barriers down.
Your fate.
Hey, stick with the robot. Flying high. Nerf this.
Sniper, keep your heads down.
Advancing upward. Game on.
Come to me and I will heal you.
Ooh, watch behind you. Watch behind you.
help. Over here.
I can't come up to you.
They took
이거 빡센걸?
Time to put a stop to their efforts.
The enemy is catching up to our lead.
A cure for all the
Sniper,
jails.
don't get caught. Diving
The enemy is pushing.
Not sure what was going on there.
Big stanger left.
Oh, I hate when you could do that.
Enemy must not surpass us.
Yeah. I was coming to help you, but I'm gonna just what I'm gonna do is just take out a sniper. Cause you got like both our damages trying to focus on one person that can't kill. So then I'm gonna come to straight heal you after that.
To my position.
The robot is in our possession. A taste of poison.
No, I'm really stuck in your trap.
The barricade's moving! Let's stop them!
Your team has lost the lead.
Keep pushing for the win!
There we go.
Thank you.
No!
I am ready to unleash coalescence.
Help me!
You did not get this trash.
Advancing upward.
You can't hide.
Healing you.
It's a skill issue?
Here I come. Give me a second.
Marked by the dragon.
Escorting the robot.
Your team is close.
The lead is within our grasp.
Forward spawn.
The robot is moving the
Team
barricade.
has taken the lead.
We have overtaken them.
Smoke them out of there! Nerf this!
A taste of poison.
I undershot that a bit.
How to save you? Oh my god, Ashley's about to kill you.
Hard counter!
Repositioning.
Hookey cover!
Surrender to my will.
Scanning.
Where are you?
Big stanger left. I require assistance.
Approaching the
Enemy
final
in sight.
destination.
Make sure you-
60 seconds remaining.
Gotcha!
They've
They've
taken the robot.
Approaching the final destination.
Pushing the barricade.
Do something!
Approaching
Did I not just kill you?
What the heck?
I can always count on you. 아직 전투 중이라고!
We're low on time. Let's try something.
Claiming the robot.
10 seconds remaining.
Be nourished.
Let the dragon consume you.
Good game.
GG.
I should have got 20 kills.
Yeah, it was pretty fun playing. I gotta go though. I'm getting pretty tired.
Play of the game.
No, go ahead. Hit me up anytime you want to play.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Yeah. See you later. Thank you for enjoying the stream and thank you for being on the stream.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool. Well, you guys, I think that was a pretty good stream. I did an ASMR stream for like an hour, and then we did Overwatch for 3 hours. Okay, I'm gonna try to enjoy the rest of the day, kind of take a break from the computer screen, and just try to feel the space around me, and Try to not pressure myself so much, but I do want to get some back into my journaling. Okay, I want to get back into my journaling. So that's like gonna be important. I was watching like, you know, some like Marvel series. Like I was watching WandaVision, and then I was watching She-Hulk. I actually kind of like it. Like it has a little bit more of the like kind of comedy, but like also a little bit of like breaking the fourth wall kind of stuff. It's kind of like more like that kind of style. I think it was a good direction for She-Hulk. As far as like the MCU, like I really think they took She-Hulk in a right direction. I kind of like it so far. Some people complained about it. I think it's the same people who are very like outspoken whenever there's any kind of like girl power kind of going on. You know, it's like the same kind of people. They're like, oh, you know, why don't they make their own superheroes? Why do you want to make a She-Hulk? They even made fun of it in the show. Like it was for a split second. It's like, oh, leave my superhero alone. Why do you have to make every single superhero into a female version? It's like, okay, like what's the alternative? Not having any female characters? Like I mean, superheroes and supervillains are pretty outrageous to begin with. Let's be real. Like, I mean, look at Superman. Like, he's some guy with, like, tights. And he's, like, flying in a cape. And he's, like, flying around. Like, okay, like, what's the alternative to that? Okay, Wonder Woman. Okay, she's a bit different. You know, she's got, like the kind of, I don't know, like Amazon, like Roman kind of thing, I guess, going on. I don't know, what is it? Greek? Or whatever. I don't know. It's like you have different, like, superheroes and supervillains, and every now and then someone's like, oh, you make a character gay or black, and someone's like, why are you making my superhero comic political? Like, I guess, like, in canon, like, Superman's son ended up coming out as bi or something like that, and everybody freaking shit their pants. Like, what the heck? Like they're like, why'd you make it political? Or like they put a black guy in Star Wars, and then suddenly all these people online are like, why'd you make Star Wars political? There's even a meme. It's like, basically the whole Star Wars is like an allegory for imperialism and like fascism and all that kind of shit. And you have Darth Vader like freaking being like the freaking face of all that. And nobody bats an eye. But suddenly it's like you add a black character, someone's like, why'd you make it political? I don't even know if I can even find the meme in the couple seconds that I'm gonna stay live. Why you make it political meme. Oh, this is the same meme template. This is the meme template. Ultimate capitalist, a cyborg lady designed to oppress the working class and make sure her family stays powerful. Gays, you made it political. Like, what the heck? How is it political that gay people exist, or that black people exist, or that women exist? Here's another one. Allegory for man's destruction of nature. Woman, you made it political. like it's such a ridiculous meme. Allegory for Nazism and the evils of fascism. Woman, you made it political. Oh, here we go. Allegory for imperialist warfare. Black guy, you made it political. That's the one I was talking about. You just have like a black guy in the show, and somehow these people think that it's political just for showing that certain people exist. Yeah, these people are so freaking brain dead. I don't even know how to deal with them. It's so... They're so gone, okay? Like, they need to, like, blast off into space and like eat some like space bananas or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, bye.